And let's do love Canadian style.
You guys like Paul Anka?
Y'all know who Paul Anka is, don't you? Almost 16 years ago, our friend Amy made a show. For the pilot, she did film on the street of Unionville.
Sometime later, Kevin P. would send out an earnest plea. Oh, please play with me. A podcast. Yeah, I used to never watch the Gilmores. Back when they were on TV. Never watched the Gilmore. Back when they were on TV.
But I know it's a special thing when I hear that Carole King. We know it's a special thing when we hear that Carole King. Ever since we started talking you.
Podcast, oh, don't get them started. We'll riff for 50 minutes, then we'll do synopsis. We'll play a couple clips to give a bit of context. We gonna take our time because they love to talk fast, woo!
Talk fast, woo! Gilmore's do it better if I'm being honest, woo! Guy Branham said that Canada is like Stars Hollow, so we had to represent the Gillies in Toronto! When we first started, we never imagined this scenario. Crossing the border, doing a show in Ontario. Love how you guys say such cute things like Pip Pip and Cheerio. Or wait, did I mistake this for England?
You didn't come here to listen to Demi and Kevin sing. So let's get down to it, let's discuss episode 17. So much has happened for Lane and for Zach and for Emily. And you know that we've got some opinions. Yeah, is it time for us to start talking about this episode we've been watching? Is it time for us to start talking? Yeah, we made it all the way to this town. I think it's time to start talking now. Talking. Yeah, we made it all the way to this town. I think it's time to start talking now. La la la, la la. Episode 7, 1-7. We're Gilmore Girls. Oh no, boys out loud, get the chaos here. La 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 la. Gilmore Girls only. We got magic to do, just for you. Hey.
Hey.
Hello. So now that we've had a mess of the stage, we're gonna just sit down and talk for a bit. Very casual, not needing all of this to do.
Ooh, welcome to Gilmore, guys. Am I off? Here I am. Here I'm not. Here I am. Can y'all hear me? I'm Kevin.
I'm Demi.
And we're the Gilmore guys. Woo! We made it. Am I going in and out? Little bit? That's okay. I know how to improvise, baby.
That's a yes and if I ever seen one, and I haven't.
That's like a movie directed by Yes Anderson. That's the appropriate response to that. I agree with you.
Improvised Kingdom? No,
I concur. Are we good now? Nope.
It's fine, it's fine. We don't need audio for this, it's only a podcast. Folks, thank you so much for coming out.
Toronto.
That's where we are.
First ever International Gilmore Guys show. First ever, not within the borders of the United States of America.
That's right. We crossed customs, baby.
And so far, it's going.
Turtles. Woo! We smuggled all sorts of perishables into your land. We're taking over the businesses. We lied to customs. There are peanuts under all of your seats.
That is one thing on the forum. Like, did you bring peanuts into the country? Like, maybe. You're not gonna find out.
You said
sorry.
maybe, like, buddy, I don't know what I'm bringing into this country. There might be peanuts in my bag.
I don't. I truly don't. Are we going this mic? No, we're not. Yes, no. Okay. Can we get that fixed ASAP, boys? Thank you. Canada. This is gonna be a lasting impression if this doesn't go the way we want it to. There's a chance that we could never come back to. Well, there's already mostly a chance we're never gonna come back to this country. Unfortunately.
Well, once they find out about all the peanuts you've got, they're not gonna let us back.
Did you say all the peanuts? Because I heard a different thing.
No, I said penis. I said penis. I said penis. All the penis you've got.
All the penis I got. Oh, man. Well, we're so grateful. This is our second. Hey, guy. Hello. Good to see you.
Thank you so much. Give him a hand, everybody.
Yay. Give it up for Bone. His name's Bone. I already love Canada. His name's Bone. So I'm going to put this mic down. Take this one. Okay, not yet.
Oh, classic prank by Bone.
Oh,
we got
Bone.
you. We got you. That's what we call a Canadian September Fools.
I want to say it's a boner, but I don't want to say it's a boner. You know, like, because you would say, like, yeah, you just got portered. But you don't want to say you just got boned, you know. That would be unpolite, which is this country, very polite, from what I'm told. We have been in this country, this is our first time here. We've been here for a total of 12 hours or whatever it's been.
We've been here for 6 hours.
Has it been 6 hours?
Yes, it's only been 6 hours.
What's your impression so far? How are you enjoying Canada in the last 6 hours?
Until we got to this area, I just thought I was still in America. Like, it kind of seems like if America is Coke, Canada is Coke Zero, where it's like they're the same, but supposedly one won't kill me quicker.
I track with that. I track with that metaphor.
This is brought to you by Coke Zero, by the way, so grab some on your way out.
Yeah, this is a sponsor. I mean, we have just sold out as much as possible, guys.
And we had them turn off the lights so we can't see what we didn't sell out.
Exactly. Oh, I see what you did there, Mr. Digiweebay.
I don't even see what I did there.
It's been a long day. I will say, if I can reenact the flight, today was the first time Demi and I actually flew to the city together on purpose. We were like, yeah, let's book a flight together. Last time was on accident. Did someone say aw? It's okay. We're doing fine. Our marriage is not in trouble. It's fine. But I will say, here's an impression. Let's do an impression of how our flight went.
We're landing. Oh, whew.
That was it.
Yep.
We did not say one word to each other on the plane. We didn't until we landed. Because we're professionals, and we wanted to save the energy for the stage.
Exactly.
And for the beautiful people of Toronto. And we're here for you. We're here for it. Not yet? Not quite? Are we getting there, boys?
Honestly, I feel like when our guest comes out here, I'll probably not want to talk anyway. Just let them take the stage.
Well, now that one of the mics may not work, we might just cancel the guest. Sorry, go home. Lauren Graham.
I'm so sorry,
You can go
Drake.
home. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, it would have been a big get, and it would have been a fun show, but Lauren's got things to do. She'll be fine.
Right. She's
Tiff
gotta
is
get
in
some
town.
poutine.
That's a thing.
Poutine.
I love film festivals that also sound like passive-aggressive conflicts. So, Tiff, right up my alley.
You got to make your way to the Melee down in...
Melee. Anything?
Oh, I couldn't even tell if it was
2-2? We going?
We'll take it.
We good?
Here, I'll use that mic because I'm very loud.
Okay.
Great.
Hey.
Oh, no.
No, we almost got it.
It's fine.
By the way, this is all planned. This is part of the show. Like, this is us opening for ourselves. Like, you know how Bruce Springsteen will sometimes come out before we'll come out before and be like, here's like 3 songs on my guitar. See you in an hour. And like, this is what we're doing now.
Why does he do... It doesn't make sense in that scenario either. What are we doing? What is Bruce doing?
He's warming up the crowd
Just
for the
play
next
the damn show,
4.5 hours. And he does eventually. This is an aside. Are we going on the recorder, guys? Are we picking up all the voices on the mics, all the outputs? We just want it because there's two audiences we're serving here. We're serving the podcast audience, which is not going to get the joy and loveliness of Toronto that we're getting. But then, first and foremost, we're serving this audience here tonight. And to do that, and to further serve that, we're going to do one of our classic Gilmore Guys segments to get to know a few of you. And what is that segment? Well, take it away. 1, 2, 3, 4! What are the final 4 words? What are the final 4 words? We can get some house lights up. I'm going to go into the audience. I just want to know. I just want to know, like, what are on the hearts and minds of the people of Toronto, Ontario?
Kevin, I don't know what the final 4 words are, but I know what the final 4 words are. And those are Kentucky goes for the shoot and they dunk.
I need to know. We need to build trust. We need to build intimacy. I only see a few hands, but I do see them. Demi?
Hey, man.
Did you see something fall out of the sky?
I didn't. You should ask a question.
Okay. Final 4 words. Any guesses? Demi?
I'm just waiting for you to say those final 4 words.
Okay, we gotta guess. We gotta guess here. I'm gonna surf over the crowd. It's okay. You paid for this. Your name, and what?
Just doing a dance.
Your name and what you think the final 4 words might be.
I'm Jen. I think Lorelai and Rory are having a conversation. Maybe it's something they've already talked about. And Rory looks at Lorelai and says, "We talk too much." And that's it.
We talk too
That's good.
much.
I like that, Jen.
That's good. I love that. I should preface, that was excellent. I should preface, if yours is I'm pregnant, me too, get the hell out of here. We don't need it. If it's you're adopted, oh no, we don't need it. We've heard it, we've done it. It's okay, it's a fine guess. But
I will accept I'm pregnant. No way.
Okay, we got another one back here. Okay, I'm gonna come through this way. Guys, see, this is fun. This is like, I'm like the annoying guy that shows up to a movie late.
Yeah.
Your name, and what you think the final 4 words might be.
Hi, my name is Sarah Michelle, and I think...
Geller?
I love you.
Yeah, I've been hiding in the audience this whole time. I think it's Lorelai and Rory, and they say, let's order takeout.
Let's order. Okay, now the debate here is takeout 1 word or 2.
That's up to Amy to decide.
Because it could be hyphenated, it could be 2. But I like it. Are you done with your nonsense on stage, Timmy?
I'm literally just standing here.
Do we have any other Oh, okay. I'm here for it. Here we go. One more time. Everybody's feeling fine. Here we go now. Your name. Demi, you son of a bitch.
What's up, man?
Your name.
No one at home listening is going to be... Everyone's like, why is he so mad at Demi?
I know. I'm going to sound like a jerk, which I'm okay with. Your name and what you think the final 4 words might be.
I am Taya, and I think that Trump's gonna get elected in the show world, not the real world. And then
This is already a very
This is already going downhill.
dark
guys.
prediction, Mrs. Leone.
You gotta save it. You gotta pull up from this tailspin. Okay, here we go.
I love you and Madam
and
Secretary,
then
by the
Rory's
way.
gonna say to Lorelai, "Let's go to Canada."
Oh shit! She pulled it up from the tailspin. She did it. Holy hell.
So she had those words planned since 2000, though.
Yeah, no, that shit's bonkers. I mean, a lot of people have been predicting this nonsense. Doonesbury, we all love Doonesbury, right?
Yes, our
That
favorite
trenchant commentary.
Doonesbury.
The people of Canada love Doonesbury. Demi,
Hey, man.
have we gilly-gallied enough?
No to that, yes to mine.
Okay. Folks, are you ready to meet your special guest?
I want you to meet my special guest.
La la, la la, special guest.
Well, in just one episode's appearance on our podcast, she has become a fan favorite. She is reigning supreme champion of April Nardini impressions. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Alice Wetterlund!
La la, la la, Alice.
Even though I picked up from the ground here confetti, it still somehow was mostly cat hair because it came from my fingers.
Only in Canada, am I right, guys?
No, everywhere I go.
Okay.
There's more cat hair in Canada now that I've been here
Do you
than
just,
there was before.
Bring it
There-
on? Do you have to check that in? Or?
Yeah, well, the cat hair scientists are like, the meters, they're off the charts.
The meters. Alice, thank you so much for doing the show. We were so excited. Honestly, I was as excited to do the show as I was to see everyone's reaction to Alice doing the show.
No,
what a pleasure and what a gift late into our podcast life to have a guest like Alice Wetterlund do the
No,
show.
No, for
We
you.
love her so much.
Well,
I think about your April Nardini at least once a day. I honestly do.
I can't think about.
Oh, I got an email.
Read it out loud.
Well,
It says, sorry about the mics. Love, Bone? Aw, it's all right, buddy.
you had your email.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
Well, we're on bone terms. Alice, how has your life changed since doing our podcast?
Well, I'm pregnant. Me too. And we both are. I'm two people. And I'm,
Alice Napier.
I feel like I found my place in the world, and it's among my gillies. And hello. Hi. How are you?
As a woman
Oh,
who
you're
knows
here.
how to
I can't see
paint
anything.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, man. Were you excited to do another season 7 episode with us?
Absolutely.
Okay, who
I'm
here-
excited to do any episodes with you guys. You're the foremost Gilmore etologists
Gilmore etologist.
of
oh,
our
sure.
time. So, yeah.
Who here, safe space, no judges. Who here legitimately loves season 7, thinks it's great?
Me.
We got a few brave souls. Okay. Okay, someone loves it. That's great. Terrific. Who here likes it?
Also me.
All right. Here we go again. Let's do another live show for an episode we think is all right. It's pretty good. Not the best, but not the worst thing that could happen to you.
You're not going to ask who hates it?
Oh, wait, who hates it? Who hates season 7?
Uproarious response.
Canada.
Oh.
You are not like
You
this.
must not be from here.
There must be quite a few Americans in this audience because Canadians do not have strong emotions. That's an important thing
Is
that I have
true?
learned.
Are you all repressed? Because I get that all the time, that I'm repressed, but I don't think it's true. Just watch
There
the
is-
dance I do at the end of the show. I don't think it's true at all.
I've been in Toronto for 2 months, and I have found an aggressive politeness. And I'm from Minnesota, so to me saying this is a lot. But it's like people are like, "Hi, can I help you with something? How's it going? Can I help you?" And then you're like, "I'm okay," and they're like, it just like turns dark immediately. You're like, "Okay." That happened in Canadian Tire. To me, that happened.
That's the
to
end
me.
of like your first novel about Canada.
And nothing is everything is delightfully like nothing's brief ever. Like it's very Stars Hollow. And Guy Branum is totally right. Like I asked a guy, I was with a friend and we were walking to a diner which I knew was around the corner, but the friend did not know. The friend goes, "Hey, do you know where the diner is in this neighborhood?" And I was like, "Ask him." Because the guy goes, "It's around the corner, keep in mind." And the man goes, oh, the Thompson Diner. Okay, well, here's what you're going to do. You like that? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to the end of this street, the one that we're on right now. And then as you get to the end of the street, there's going to be a that way and there's going to be a this way. And what you're going to do is, gosh, I think you're going to turn right to the right and then walk forward about 40 paces. Sorry, I don't go there. It's around the corner, man. Come on.
Paces?
Just...
Was he a Confederate soldier?
My
Everyone is.
dearest Alice.
Oh,
That's
it's
where
good.
the
It's
diner
delightful.
is. Well, folks, the episode at hand is a little exclusive in its title. It's Gilmore Girls Only. It's 7:17. How many men are here tonight? Man, let me hear you.
That's right. Oh!
I do want to ask, who is a man who let me phrase this Who is a man? Who
Shaft.
Stars, holla at us if you're a guy that maybe drug one of your lady friends to see the show instead of vice versa.
Don't say
Let's say
drug one.
drag,
Drug.
yeah.
Drug.
Let's say
drag.
drag to one of your ladies.
Admit it now
brought.
if you've drugged one of your
Brought.
lady friends.
Yeah, safe
Safe
space,
space?
but not that safe.
Safe space for the lady you brought. For you, we are taking you out.
I mean, I know it's
Is
can't.
there anyone here that brought a woman and is a man? All right, cool. Woo to the two of you.
They're super afraid to say anything now.
I know.
I drove her here. She was totally awake and consenting.
Phrasing is so important, is what I'm finding with this podcast and this show. So it's Gilmore Girls only. The Netflix synopsis is Lorelai, Rory, and Emily go on a road trip to attend the wedding of an old friend. Someone makes a surprise appearance, asking Rory to forgive him. A surprise appearance.
Marty.
Who could it be? That would be legit great.
There are a lot of men that Rory sort of needs forgiveness from, it seems like. It could be anybody.
It's a laundry
That's
list
true.
of men who could apologize to
Now,
Rory.
here's a very, very stupid question that I would like one of you two to answer.
Who is Rory?
Yes. What's a Gilmore?
Which one is Rory?
The title is a line in the episode. No, it's not. What is the title from? Gilmore Girls only?
Well,
Is this a stupid question? Just someone say yes. Okay, someone said yes, but also some of you are saying
I'm getting
no.
mixed reactions.
I appreciate both
I
responses.
assumed that it was like, it's a girls' road trip, where all the three women are going on a road trip, like Gilmore Girls only. No
But
Richards.
never
and-
at any point is anyone trying to be a part of that road trip.
Right.
That they
It
have to
doesn't-
say that. It's really weird.
It doesn't feel like it feels like something that someone would have said, but I don't know. I was waiting for Gilmore Girls only the entire time I was watching this episode.
Because they do often, especially in this season, say the title of the episode.
Or they at least
in
seem
the
very
episode.
obvious as to what it is.
Sure.
They're not all raincoats and recipes.
I know, which I still can't make heads or tails of.
We'll
But
ask
We
Amy.
won't do it now, but if you got an idea what that means, besides like condoms and cookbooks, like let us know after the show.
1, 2, 3, 4. What does this one title mean? New segment.
I don't know why I just muttered along with that. I had nothing. I was like, hey.
I hope that's most of our sing-alongs is y'all just like muttering along with us.
Do it.
But before we go on, we have to ask ourselves the question: how did the CW promote this episode in the year 2007? So let's watch a little promo for that now. And pay attention, this is something that the WB/CW did a lot. But there's always a specific branding that they applied to the episode, like Gilmore Girls got woo.
Sorry. I had to make a thing out of taking off my coat.
I just
I don't know how to share focus.
there was I don't know how to give focus.
Promote that, CW.
This fall on stage with Alice.
Coat can't come off.
The girls' coats are coming off this season because they did do that for Girls in Bikinis, Boys Doing the Twist. It was like Gilmore Girls Gone Wild, blah 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 blah. Like it was all that. So there's a specific branding they also applied to this promo. So let's dim the lights and watch that now.
Tuesday,
Road trips are fun.
I'm in.
the Gilmore Girls hit the road.
Stop playing with the window. Mom! It's called a child block, appropriately enough. You ready here? Glass of Chardonnay. That's the clear one.
Girls only road trip. No boys allowed, except for that male stripper we hired.
A Gilmore Girls road trip. All new Tuesday on the new CW.
Oh my god.
Nice.
This is like someone's middle school PowerPoint presentation.
It is.
By the way,
What if we found out you added in the signage stuff?
Yeah.
Like, Kevin.
I added a little flair to it?
Just gonna add a
I've been working
spinning
on my
yield
After
sign.
Effects reel. It's all right. Yeah, but it's one of those where it's like a winter festival, like a Christmas miracle on Gilmore Girls. Where it's like, yeah, it was like 5 seconds of the episode. But I don't think of this as like the road trip episode.
There's literally one that is the road trip to Harvard.
Yeah.
This isn't the road trip one. I
That's
don't know why
true.
they
Yeah.
thought that would be how they market this.
They weren't in the car for long.
It is part of a tradition on the show of people running away from their problems by taking spontaneous road trips to deal with them. Whether it be Max Medina and the engagement falling apart and Lorelai hitting the road to Harvard and then doing the same with her marriage to Christopher. Sorry, I just bored myself with that sentence. I'm like, you guys know this. You're here at a Gilmore Girls podcast. Like, I don't think anyone wanted to. It's like, oh yeah, she does do that.
They might be.
I forgot who Max Medina was.
That lady. You mean Max?
Medi's
nuts. Say it with me. That's
wish
my password on my computer. It's my login is Max Medi's nuts because I decided I didn't want my name to be. You know how it's like Alice Wetterlund's MacBook. Well, yours probably don't. They might. I'm scared of all of you.
We might have some weirdos here.
Mine says Max Medi's nuts.
Mine is Max Medea.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah. That's
Hallelujah, Lorelai.
I left you 1,000 yellow daisies. Gilmore?
Max Medea is excellent.
Hallelujah.
That is your Halloween costume.
Max Medea. Yes.
Max Medea.
That's what it is.
He's just the sassiest English teacher.
We are going to see that new
He's
Medea
got the
movie.
hair and the tweed coat, and the hair's like.
Sure do. Let's do the thing we were gonna do.
It's time for a little segment we call Pop
Goes
Culture.
where we take every pop culture reference in the episode, put them in a supercut, and judge them from our high tower. This is episode 717, Gilmore Girls Only. Pop goes the culture.
Alrighty, looks like our choices are Hitch or the Lake House.
I could use a laugh.
All right, the Lake House it is. Hi, Dad. Nice threads. You having lunch with Tony Soprano? And it's no Tuesdays with Maury. The road. Were you Willie Nelson?
Who knows? Maybe I'll really get into a wolf mother.
Good, but do you think it owes too much to Yates?
Keanu Reeves in his most touching role to date. What could be better?
Richard the Lionheart.
Worked for Brenda Starr, worked for Lois Lane. Have you seen The Pursuit of Happiness?
My morning jacket, who are like Neil Young reborn if Neil would have, died. Wolf mother, definitely channeling Zeppelin. Modern, but not so much that would freak out somebody of your taste.
Well, she's right. The bride and groom have wild plans to take off all their clothes, jump into their pajamas, and listen to a Prairie Home Companion.
See? Dirty mind you. Will Smith. Mom has a thing for him.
You like Will Smith?
Who doesn't like Will Smith? Honestly, when they said the thing about Hitch, I was personally offended as a big Hitch fan.
Oh, that anyone would choose Hitch or something
The
else
Lake
over
House.
Hitch, yeah.
Yeah.
And especially the Lake House.
I know that it was a joke, like the Lake House is funnier because it's bad, but like Hitch is
They-
funny.
And Hitch
Yeah,
is like...
it seems like they were really showing Thade. Showing Thade.
They were showing...
They were showing
They were
Thade.
showing Mad
Card
Thade.
whore.
Wow.
I mean, in that scenario, to me, Hitch is like the more resonant property. I feel like we all have a lot to learn from Hitch. I certainly do.
Everyone's
I
either
still
a
do.
Hitch or an Albert. You know which one you are. If you look around and you don't see a Hitch, you're the Hitch.
Is Albert
right.
Kevin James?
Yes, Albert's Kevin
Yes, he is.
I do relate with
Who's
him a lot.
Rory?
Which one is
What are we, not the Hitch boys?
Oh, the Hitchman. I would do that.
The Hitchman?
Yeah.
Getting Hitched with
You
Demi
do
and
an
Kevin.
episodic podcast? What about each like scene?
Yeah, like...
No, just about each
like
movie Hitch.
minute by minute.
Each movie Hitch.
Yeah, the
But
first episode is Hitch, the next 700 episodes are also Hitch.
All right.
We can make the same points again. It's
You
okay.
could get funding.
They would probably come to it. I'm talking
Oh.
about you guys like you're not...
Like,
They would, not only was that a weird, like, these motherfuckers will do anything, but you talk about them like, look, we can sell these suckers on anything. Like, if you just put your hand over the microphone, just like, you can make as much money with a flop as you
see
can with
that?
a hit.
well, anything we say, they're just lapping it up. I mean, these idiots will do anything.
I didn't even watch
1
the
second,
episode.
guys. I mean,
Hitchman is like our producers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's our springtime for Hitlers.
a Hitchman production. Ugh.
Oh, man. So this episode is Gilmore Girls Only, and it is centric on the relationships between the core three, Lorelai, Rory, and Emily. And anyone who knows me knows that's all I really care about on the show.
that's true.
Like, I feel like I can admit this now. Like, all the boyfriend stuff, as much fun as it is to engage in it and think about, and even as much as, like, the Luke and Christopher stuff is to engage in, and, like, which one is better, blah, blah, blah. Is he a sociopath? Did he assault her? I don't know. Let's all talk about it. But, like, I don't need it. I'm here for the girls. That's all I care about in the revival. In A Year in the Life, all I want is, like, these sort of scenes. So this episode for me was like a really nice breath of fresh air. I
Yes.
almost said fresh of breath air.
Fresh
but
of breath air.
Fresh of breath
all
air.
the words.
That's
Centering around a road trip to one Mia's wedding. So we need to talk about Mia, guys.
We need to talk about
something happened. Something happened. What happened with Mia?
What do you mean?
Oh no.
You say what you're thinking, and I'll tell you if I know.
That they miscast her and miscast her about, or they misrecast her. They recast the role of Mia.
They did?
Yeah.
Who was the original Mia?
The original one was Frances McDormand. I don't know.
No.
It was some lady. I'll look her up. But it was another like more maternal figure, someone who like more matched Emily in her age. And this new Mia.
She seems young and sassy.
Yeah, this one is like Bobo Cloris Leachman in like Facts of Life season 8.
She's Jane Lynch's stunt woman.
No, she.
I swear, we will watch the wedding scene. Every single person at this wedding is someone's stand-in.
That's
It's
true.
nuts.
But she's a talented day player. I remember her role of she was on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
And I remember her from that, and I liked that. So okay, I am a great guest.
This is what podcasting is,
I
guys.
love Star Trek.
This is what you signed up
Who
for.
who here is a Star Trek fan of just TNG? I love that overlap, Gillies. There is a Star Trek podcast that's good, but
There's a Star Trek podcast?
I heard your tone. I heard you throwing fade at me.
Oh, I'm sorry for throwing all that
I would
fade.
like to start another one because I think I'm the best about it. What do you guys think about that?
Gillies, what do you think?
Heard it
Gillies,
here
Gillies,
first.
what do you think?
A tepid yes from this audience is all I need. Wheels on the ground.
The original actress for Mia was a woman named Elizabeth Franz.
Nope.
And the woman who plays her in this episode is a woman named Kathy Baker.
Love it. I love the new Mia.
Yeah.
Are we wooing? Do y'all prefer the new Mia to the old one?
Yes.
Who has a preference of Mia's?
I do.
Who's like, nuh-uh, I won't take this new shit.
Well, here's
With
why.
Mia, the character who is like important in their life, but we're not gonna see her again. It's the end of the year.
By the way, alternate episode title for this: Mama, Mia.
Oh my God.
Missed opportunity.
That one's
missed opportunity.
straight up front, and also I don't have to guess what it means.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
and
I'm
it's a
for it.
fun little pun.
I will say that the casting of the second Mia is a mistake in who she marries because
Tim Kaine.
The other Mia, the older Mia could be marrying Tim Kaine, no problem. But when the new Mia is getting married, I'm like, how is she marrying this old guy who's like, well, hello, well, like a thriller moment. And Mia is obviously
he's
very
like an
jazzy.
old man on a roller coaster in your impression of him.
Yes, he's like that in his life. And Mia is like one of those jazzy, polyamorous, super sex posy, like, she teaches like body, like expression therapy or whatever. I just thought, like, how is she not marrying like The Weeknd or something? You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely a younger guy. And then this guy comes up and I'm like, nope, they're not doing. She's not settling down to
Well,
watch
there's
a
a
Prairie
number
Home.
of things that don't feel right, and maybe if it was the old Mia.
Yeah, that would make sense.
The former Mia, it would make a lot more sense. But I tried looking it up. If one of you has a tip, tweet it at us. Don't yell it right now, but tweet it at us. And I know you won't because it's Canada. But tweet it at us because I could not, like, the previous actress, to, like, my knowledge, didn't have an illness. She's still doing great. She's still working. I don't know if it was like if it's not Amy Sherman Palladino, I'm not doing it. Like, I don't know if it was
Maybe.
like.
I love that throwing down. But
Maybe
what if
they
it was
hated
just
her.
that they were like, I love to imagine that they were like, let's get a hotter, younger Mia, but it's still not like a hot young woman. So it's like, why are we doing it? Old Mia's not going to resonate with the kids on the CW. Let's get this slightly
There's
younger,
this lady.
slightly younger day player.
That's what we call a half measure. So I think it's fine to have a preference for Mia's because, if I may, I want to play the previous, just a little teeny tiny bit of the previous Mia's performance from season 2, from an episode in season 2, mid-season 2. And it's the scene between her and Emily, which pretty much Alice has put a little star on her face. like a cute little darling podcast guest.
I don't mean to pull focus again. I just thought this would be very Hunger Games if I had like a thing. But go ahead.
You volunteer as podcast tribute.
I volunteer as guest.
Yep. The whole episode seems to be staked in the foundation being this kind of conflict between Emily and Mia. Like going back and kind of obviously the conflict between Emily and Lorelai, but then Mia kind of being the root of that. And the scene that builds it, I'll go ahead and say is one of my favorite scenes they ever did on the show. Ever. Just because of like the nuance, the sincerity of it. So I want to play this. This is from season 2. This is not from this episode. This is the original Mia.
Michelle will have a map for you if you need it.
Thank you.
Mr. Kim.
Hello? Can I help you?
No, thank you.
Yes?
I just wanted to meet the woman who helped raise my daughter.
Emily.
Yes, I'm Emily Gilmore.
I've wanted to meet you two for a very long time.
Well, that's nice.
Would you like to sit down? Or have something to eat? Have lunch with me, won't you?
No, thank you. You have a lovely place here. It's a beautiful hotel. Not a home, but still a beautiful hotel.
Sometimes home is where your hat is.
Or where your family is.
Yes, that too. You sure you don't want some tea? Tea usually makes things like this a little less awkward. There's things to hold and stir.
I don't know why I came here.
You wanted to meet me.
After all these years, it makes no sense.
I expected you to come eventually.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you expect to say to me when I did come?
When Lorelai showed up on my porch that day with a tiny baby in her arms, I thought to myself, what if this were my daughter? And she was cold and scared and needed a place to live. What would I want for her? And then I thought I'd want her to find somebody to take her in and make her safe and help her find her way.
That's funny. I would have wanted her to find someone who would send her home. I have to go. I'd appreciate if you didn't mention this to Lorelai.
I won't.
Do you have pictures from back then?
I'll send you a box full tomorrow.
To what address?
Thank you.
No, Lorelai has it on file. Mia could just find it easily because I did have that question.
Everyone
too.
in Stars Hollow knows where the Gilmores live.
I would actually believe that.
That scene is dope. That scene is so good. It perfectly illustrates.
great.
I spit so much. It perfectly illustrates the conflict of the show, like Lorelai leaving class and privilege and this life that her parents wanted, and going to this new community and embracing new things and creating a family of her own. Like, and that just perfectly encapsulates it. Neither of them are bad guys. They just want the best for her. And so that's what it's founded on, and I just found her performance to be a lot more
Me too, I loved
warm.
it. But I also thought that the episodes in this episode that echoed that were good. And I don't think, except didn't they say that there was some interaction that they had in this scene that they didn't have?
Well,
on
yeah.
this episode, didn't they say, she asked for, am I
Well, they
crazy?
said she when she came and got photos.
She said, "Oh yeah, I like sent photos to her."
Which, by the way,
when she came and saw me.
The last thing she says is, "Don't tell Lorelai about this," and she does in the episode we watched.
That's why I have a Mia preference. I don't think old Mia would have done that.
Old Mia,
New Mia
you're
sold
lying to
Lorelai
your
out.
snitch.
Well, when
you're
you
lying to yourself.
Unless you're changed for a younger version of yourself, don't tell Lorelai.
Look, old Mia was a snitch and she had to go.
Old Mia was a snitch.
No wonder Howard was so excited. All right.
I do think the old Mia's, this scene is really nice, but I don't think that warmth is gone with new Mia. It's just sort of, maybe it's just because she's so happy because she's getting married, but it seems to line up with me, or for me.
I agree. I do agree.
It's more of a hippie retreat vibe now.
I don't
like what
think
you were
so.
saying,
It
super
seems
sex
like-
posse.
But I find hippie retreat to be more welcoming and homey. Like, have you ever driven, you'll go in Portland or whatever, and you'll drive past a house that has like, the front yard is full of weeds and like wheelbarrows and shit, and there's like a bunch of prayer flags, and you're like, that's where I go in a crisis. You know what I mean? They've got a tea in that house for every situation.
So new Mia is your jam. Like if
They're
you were
both my
struggling-
jam. They're
Okay.
both my jam. I find
Yeah, yeah.
both of them warm and comforting and maternal.
Okay, well let's actually take a look at a scene between Mia and Lorelai and Rory and Emily, and kind of compare and contrast. They're going to her wedding, which is a home wedding, an in-house wedding.
A home wedding.
Like,
We're having
like
a home
birth.
wedding.
Yeah.
It's just more natural.
There we
I
go.
don't want any doctors at my wedding.
You have a charming home.
Oh, thank you.
I'm always amazed at what good taste can do with a small space.
Oh, it is beautiful.
Yeah, so many personal touches everywhere.
Thank you. I agree with Emily. It's a small house, and it's made even smaller by Howard's junk, but you know what they say, you marry a man, you marry his junk. Howard.
Mia,
Howard.
Did they say that?
This
No.
is Emily Gilmore, the mother and grandmother of the famous Lorelai and Rory.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
how do you do?
I thought you weren't supposed to see the bride in her gown before you got married.
Oh.
Yeah, and if the bride sees a lizard crossing the road, that's bad news too.
Really?
Oh, well, haven't seen a lizard, but too late for the dress because Howard zipped me up.
Oh, no. Where's the zip up on the bad luck-o-meter?
Not sure, but I throw some salt over your shoulders just in case.
I don't have any salt. I might have some Splenda.
You are exactly as Mia described you. You both are. And believe me, she described you a lot.
Well, I hope she left out the bad stuff.
There's no bad stuff.
Lucky you.
Oh my God.
Well, the sooner we get married, the sooner we eat cake.
Oh, honey, you're so romantic. Emily, could I just borrow the girls for a quick touch-up in the powder room?
They're all yours.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
And then she says, "Get me beautiful, you guys." She hasn't prepared yet for her wedding.
What
that
if-
she's at already?
What if she had that touch up and came out as old Mia?
I thought she was gonna come out
She
and
takes
be.
off her necklace.
Exactly.
She's Melisandre?
Yeah.
No, Mia cannot be Melisandre. We're mixing this up too
Why
much.
can't she?
You're right. That's very heteronormative of me to say that she can't be
Thank you.
Melisandre.
I don't.
My
2016. Mia can be Melisandre.
My
am I right?
sincerest apologies. Or she came
Melisandre.
out and it was just like the David Bowie like lightning because she's already got the hair for it. Like we're
She's got
halfway
that
there,
Aladdin
She
Same
does look
hair.
like David Bowie.
right?
in
A
that
little bit,
album cover.
which is fine. That moment where Emily says "Lucky you," this is one of my favorites because it is Emily like a little bit out of control. Usually her passive aggression is very like calculated and conniving and like she knows exactly where she wants to hit and how. And this is her like it just kind of comes out of her and
Right.
creates a really socially awkward situation.
But it's also her emotional anxiety is at 100 right now. She is like at her maximum decibel inside. She's like, because this is the woman that took her kid away in a way. So she's just like, what a small house. It's bad. I like it. Ah. Like she's like coming undone completely.
it's her nightmare. It really is
her
her nightmare.
Her waking nightmare. But she also, obviously, when she invited her, if she was thinking, in terms, but she needs to do this. She needs to have this cathartic thing with Mia. And so I like the fact that she was like, oh, she's asking me to go. I guess I'll have to go. But really, she was like, I had to go. You know what I mean? When she talks to her therapist later.
Oh, you think Emily's in therapy?
There's no-
I know
Emily,
she
there's
is.
no way.
There's
No.
She and I go to the
No
same
way.
therapist. I know this.
Oh,
There's
you
no
do?
therapist.
I see you on the elevator.
Do you guys talk about each other?
It's a cone of silence.
Okay, great.
There is no therapist that could handle Emily Gilmore and her problems.
The therapist would quit.
Within like 30 minutes, Emily would just start dressing them down and just start insulting them and using whatever she's acquired in 30 minutes of her predator vision to tear them down into being a little child.
Must be nice to hide behind a little pad and pencil. Things of that
You probably
nature.
don't even have bad eyesight. The glasses are just to make you look smarter. That's fine.
Why would you say that? He quits forever. We also need to talk about the impetus for Emily even hitting the road to begin with, which is Richard kind of just being out of it. And how would you guys describe Richard's state at this point? He's going full Costanza in his velour suit.
Yeah.
I thought he was auditioning for Run DMC, so I don't know.
Fully, he's in his, I don't have anything to say about it. I don't have any like witty little things to say about Richard because I'm too attracted to him in this suit. You know what I mean?
You guys talked about
it's
this.
too intense, you know what I mean? Yeah.
You can't see the forest for the trees.
I will say that when Emily described him as Richard the Lionheart, I was like, I get it. Definitely, I see it.
If I may.
I had a little crush on Ed Harriman. I gotta say it.
I think we all did.
I like being alone.
In our own different ways.
I like being alone in that though. I don't
like
want
a man with
anybody.
a weak
I don't want
heart.
anybody piling on here.
You like a little FDR in the morning.
I think he's single now.
Oh boy. Demi.
We got 2 hours of this left to go, baby. Buckle up.
Let's fucking
It is one of those things.
By the way, my shirt today says Will Smith is Emily's second pancake because she threw away the first. Because she threw away the first. You should have waited for that before you cheered.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, people are just not on board.
I have an entire stand-up set that's just about Edward Herman's death, so I need you guys to get on board with this very quickly.
Can you imagine?
It's called Ed Herman's farewell tour.
It's
and
called
it's you.
Edward Herman
And
no
everybody's
longer
like-
live at the Apollo. That's a three-peat. That's a
I don't know
hat
if I
trick.
can endorse this.
You don't have to endorse it.
By being here, you're endorsing it.
Like last night
You'll
on
have
our
to go
show,
on the
I
cable
just said,
shows later.
"Oh, he's dead," and everyone went, "Oh." And
They
now,
don't like to be reminded.
We're just going to
So
the
much
next.
worse.
I know, just being a matter of fact about
If you
it.
can't laugh about death of a man you don't know,
Then laugh about your own.
how can you?
Are you
That's
okay,
right.
Demi?
I'm doing just fine. I'm gonna live forever.
We're gonna find out some interesting things about each other by the end of the show. I would love to play the moment where Emily's like, "I probably need to get the hell out of this house," and this is, of course, Richard's little entrance into the into the fray. Oh, do I have it? Demi, fill for time. Talk more about his death.
I think, I've been thinking lately about laws, and I don't think you should be allowed to kiss any place that they sell cheese. This is a
Oh, I
real
thought you were
thought.
gonna say like a part of the body, and I was like, where do they sell cheese on the body?
I found it.
Great.
Perfect.
I had
Thank
more
God.
All right, let's show the clip.
Thank
Let's dim
God.
the lights.
He refuses to deal with anything. All he does is watch golf, pad around in his sweatsuit, and annoy me with questions about things he's misplaced. And he's getting to be a serious pain in the you-know-what.
Nose, the ear,
Would it give you that much pleasure to hear me say ass?
Pleasure.
I wasn't sure, but yes, it did.
Emily! Yeah, you like it? I realized that since I was housebound, I might as well wear whatever I like. These are so comfy. Have either of you seen my putter?
No, but we have seen this 1040 tax form. Sign it.
Did your mother tell you that I've installed a putting green in the backyard? It's great fun.
You are not going out to putt. You'll catch your death. And Richard, would you please sign this form?
Yeah, but just leave the form. I'll sign it later.
Did you guys hear that music, or did I imagine that?
What's that?
I said, did you guys hear the music, or did I imagine?
Are you hearing what I'm hearing?
There was no editing done to that
Oh no.
at all.
None.
I'm horny for Richard.
Is this like, okay, now I haven't quite finished all the episodes of season 7. Is this like his last storyline? Is him just like wandering around the house in a tracksuit? Because
I
if
kinda
so,
hope so.
I'll tell you what, I have seen the rest of the season, and it gets much worse.
is that true?
Yeah,
Does
he,
he just-
he picks up a hooker.
Go on.
It's really, yeah.
Tell me more.
He runs off eventually with Cirque du Soleil. So, like, I think...
Where's that gorilla?
That's what I want for Richard. I want his version of the Fast and Furious, like where they're driving and then they split. It's
Yeah.
him and Emily jogging, and then he sees a Cirque du Soleil sign and he just runs towards
He's
it.
like, have you heard of this?
Exactly.
Oh, it loops. Things are funny when you loop them. But yeah, this is it. He's just kind of like, "Where's my putter?" Bye.
He's in a mode of, he's in a story arc that has to be resolved. I'll say that.
Okay.
So they're not just going to leave him. He's not just going to wander off to his putter for the rest of the season.
That was his like main arc was just looking for a putter.
Looking for his putter.
Like,
No.
In the series finale, 722, he's like, "Rory, I found my putter. And now it's yours.
So annoying. No.
Take it to Fiji or whatever."
He's in full avoidance, emotional avoidance mode. He's in denial. He in denial.
Did y'all hear that too?
They're
This
here.
really is. I would love to lock the doors and make this like a paranoid psychological thriller for all of us.
It is one.
It would be very fun. There's rumbling underneath us. Our mics could go out at any minute. Who knows what could happen?
Who's got control of the show? So,
but also in this episode, okay, any Arrested Development fans out there in the house? Now, I don't want to beat a dead horse on this, but I will say there are some insane parallels in this episode to Emily Gilmore and Lucille Bluth. Insane parallels. So if I may, I would love to play a clip of this.
Oh, thank you for
comparing and
making this.
contrasting. Emily Gilmore, Lucille Bluth.
This took weeks of work.
Lucille Gilmore, Emily Bluth.
Where on earth are we?
Well, Mom, since you wouldn't let us take you to a drive-through, we've come here to Winky's, a fine eatery just off I-85.
Welcome to Klimpy's. Anywhere you like.
Very down home.
This does not bode well.
I'll have a turkey sandwich on wheat and a glass of Chardonnay. That's the clear one.
I'll have the Ike and Tina tuna.
My name is Charlene. Holler if you need something.
Plate or platter? I don't understand the question, and I won't respond to it. Vodka tonic, please. A sea of waiters, and no one will take a drink order.
They say we're so happy.
Excuse me, would you mind terribly getting me a glass of water?
Like, I'm not insane, right? I'm not crazy.
I think at this point, the ball is in Netflix's court to make the show about that friendship.
Well, I think it's just you reboot Grace and Frankie, kick Lily What's-Her-Face and Jane Whoever off, make it Kelly Bishop and Jessica Walter.
But it could be a different, but what you're saying assumes that there can only be one Netflix show about two older women, which is
problematic.
Whoa.
I want to see.
Whoa. You can't turn this audience against us. No.
Follow me to the TNG podcast where no one is excluded.
No, this is our nightmare.
A utopian vision realized. Okay, two pieces. Okay, no, but I was thinking it could be a show, maybe like a faux reality show where they have to go to like other places and experience just them in different contexts like this all the time. That would easy
I'm
does
just picturing
it.
like Grey Gardens, but with them.
Oh,
it could be like one of those Christopher Guesty things, you know,
Oh, yeah.
where they.
Or it could be like a reality
you do
show. It could be
You
like a
write the
challenge
show.
show, like a Bear Grylls situation where it's like, Emily, you have to hike a mile ever. And she's like, well,
I'll do nothing of the sort.
Emily, we're gonna drop you in a supermarket and you have to find toothpaste. You have an hour.
Honestly, I had no idea there's so many kinds of toothpaste.
What does fluoride mean? Do I need it?
And why do they make little tiny swords for I am imagining she sees the flosser picks and she thinks they're like tiny little swords, like because she's seen lots of suits of armor.
So that's her first point of reference.
That's her first point of reference.
Suits of Armor. Starring Matt Bomer, Suits of Armor. Suits shoots in Toronto, right? So you guys probably see Matt Bomer on the street all the time.
I actually don't
That's
know
awesome.
whether or not it shoots in Toronto or if every time you say Toronto they just cheer.
That's true. We'll never know.
Yeah. West Wing shoots in Toronto, right?
See, that's not a good litmus
can't make
test
heads
for
or
what
tails of it.
is happening here.
No,
They can't
but
help it.
I do enjoy this part of the show where it's like, take Emily, plop her into an unfamiliar circumstance. And this is like a lot of the story, right? Is like making her, like creating tension and putting her up against things that are unpleasant or untoward. And it is like, it's a lot of what we've seen before in terms of, she goes to the food court and seen in a mall and she's like, wow, look at this food. Or like they struggle to connect with each other and Lorelai says, you want to stay over? Or like she says, oh, you should wear a tiara. That's what I wore. And it's a lot of that again, but it still kind of worked for me. It really did because it almost was like a final answer on the Emily Lorelai relationship in a way, which I know is not canon. It's not Nick Cannon because Amy Sherman Palladino didn't do it. We're going to find out what it really is in Gilmore Girls Calling the Year in the Life. But in terms of this series, the answer kind of being no answer, which I feel like the very end of the episode kind of got at. That they're not going to, which was brutal. And I'm showing my cards a little bit early. One of my favorite episodes of the season thus far in season 7.
This episode?
Yeah.
Yes, I knew it would be.
Well, of course.
I knew.
Demi might disconcur.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a period in rewatching this episode where I just kind of went, I don't care about anything that's happening. And I don't...
You don't care about Zach making Luke a mixtape?
No, I loved that, actually. I really liked the Luke and Zach stuff, but something about the Emily and Mia thing, I was just like, I need to move this along. And when Rory got involved and Logan, I was just like, I especially don't give a shit about this. And this is from someone who loves season 6 or 7, so I don't know. There's something just Maybe it was just, it felt like something I didn't want to, like in the sense of when they go to a different location and it's all talking and it's not fun, it doesn't feel like, oh, I don't care about this, but.
I do get nervous anytime this show shoots on location. Because it is a very cheap show, so I'm like, watch out, guys, don't trip. Like anytime they like take the cameras out of the WB lot.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And if any of you would like to go to Blinky's or whatever that restaurant was called, you can. It's in Los Angeles.
It's Cafe 101.
It's called the Cafe 101.
Wait, is it really?
Yes, you can go there.
That's
100%.
I recognized it immediately. I was like, that place is hopping. It's very mid-century. And then I was like, oh, it's because it's the cafe.
It triggered a little bit of trauma.
I've sat at that table that they were at. I've
Same.
sat at it.
Okay, so
before.
the last time I was there, this crazy looking dude runs in, slams the doors shut, and is holding them on the other side and starts screaming, "He's got a knife! He's got a knife!" And this dude runs down, and this insane looking guy with a knife was chasing this man. So the Cafe 101 / Blinky's is a safe haven for all, guys.
It is
the moral of this story.
Oh, for heaven's sake, there's a man with a knife.
I will say I had like zero reaction to it, which I felt like a sociopath. But
That's
I wasn't
another day in LA.
What's that?
That's just another day in LA.
Oh, just another day in LA.
Oh, classic LA. Guys, this is too insidery LA
Why is there
talk.
traffic? Man with a knife.
No, the 101 to the 405.
Do you have a clip of the scene from the restaurant?
No.
Okay. Because at the end of ordering, Lorelai says, "Let's get a hot dog for the table."
Amazing.
Which
That I had
immediately-
questions about. I had questions
I was
about.
watching this with someone and I immediately paused and went, "What the fuck?" And I was just like, is this a thing? Am I crazy? If I mention this, am I crazy to say you don't get a hot dog for a table of people?
Well, I think she did that to be Lorelai.
I know that's a Lorelai flair, but I swear to God,
it didn't read
I
like that.
swear to God,
I
they are
agree.
writing these things just to mess with me. They are trying to make me crazy.
Yes, yes, Blinky's waitress. I'll have a pizza.
With
what shall I have on it? Interesting you ask.
The thing is, I don't put meatballs on the pizza. That's fine. It's the way she cooked it. And I can't mention this every time we do a live show, but Lorelai's food habits are just stressful. How do you split a hot dog?
You cut it up into
Does anyone have a
pieces.
hot dog?
It's like bruschetta, right?
Why would anyone have a hot dog, Kevin?
Well, they might sell them at the
Okay,
venue.
they don't know what we're talking about. In Canada, a hot dog is called bruschetta, right? Is that
you
guys
true?
have that?
Bruschetta, it's better?
No.
I just drove me nuts.
If
I had a
anyone
bruschetta on my way to the washroom. That's me being all right.
If anyone finds a hot
Shut
dog
up.
at any point during the show, you can just put it right there.
If you find a hot dog in this venue, leave it. Don't touch that shit. You will get a disease.
No, throw it away if you're gonna.
Don't touch it. If you find a stray hot dog anywhere, my rule is don't touch it.
You have that rule?
Okay, don't
rule.
touch stray dogs. Demi Digiweebe.
No stray
Quote him
dogs.
on that.
If you
hot
see
is
a
very
stray dog, step on it. Make it squish.
You guys are putting words in my mouth.
Kurt, make it squish. I mean, okay, so I do
Squish
want,
it. Right.
what's that?
Nothing.
I want to talk about the Luke Zzzz.
I had an observation about, and it does pertain to what we were just talking about. Well, were we Richard and his?
We're always
I had
talking
an
about Richard
observation
on
about
some
Richard.
level. Yeah.
What if I? No.
The podcast takes a turn.
He's really like this. Something happened bad to Richard, and I know what it is, but I'm just trying to make the parallel. Something traumatic happened to him, and so he's in a sweatsuit, doing nothing all day, hanging out, kind of like wasting his life, right? What other man in the show, right?
Hangs around all day, wastes his life.
Hangs around all day, wastes his life because something traumatic happened to him. And I just think in that, it's just a bit of a waste opportunity to have both of those things happening in the show, and then not for Rory and
Logan.
I'm getting too excited. Emily and Rory never go like, you know? They never go like, did you ever have a guy who's like, you know? I'm not a writer, but I just think...
Now, see,
can you believe I'm not a writer?
My thought was that you were going to say, like, Richard calls up Logan and says, Logan, my boy, me and you, we're not so different. I'll go skydiving with you any day. And he goes, like, full George H.W. Bush and becomes just, like, this death-defying dude. He used to skydive.
Come on down to Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, Richard could join the
Will
Life and
Colin
Death
and
Brigade.
Finn be there? I love those guys. And that's The Hangover.
There's a lot here. I think that's Las Vegas, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a mashup of the two.
Yeah.
Las Vegas Hangover.
Last Hangover.
We did it. I do want to talk about Zach and Luke. Because Zach, we've gotten to the point on this show, guys, which topsy-turvy, Stranger Things style upside-down world, for some crazy reason, Zach is one of the best men on this show right now. Unfortunately.
It goes TJ, Zach.
End of list.
End of list.
Bootsy.
Well, yeah, Bootsy. TJ, Zach, Bootsy.
If you look closely in all the season 7 episodes, Bootsy is saving a child from.
It's all happening out of focus.
Crash. Bootsy is a guy who disappeared in the 3rd season, who just. I'm trying to even describe. He's like Santana. Like Bootsy, imagine Santana, and he's got a hat and talks like this sometimes, and he just says things like, you know, you can do anything with a spoon. That's Bootsy. I know, he sounds like I made him up, but he's real.
Erased from my memory. Oh, is it a bit?
No.
Wow, Wetterlund.
No, not a bit. That's the
stuck in a bit. Wow.
Not a bit. You never know what's a bit, but this is no bit.
You never know what's a bit. And that's what they say. Famous phrases such as, you never know what's a bit, and a lizard on your wedding day.
Yeah,
Things like that.
We didn't talk about that enough. The phrase was, if you don't see a lizard on your wedding day, you won't get pregnant. What was the phrase?
You see a lizard in the road or something like that.
If you see a lizard in the road, your marriage will last.
It's the thing that sometimes I feel like they're writing dialogue as filler in this show, and somebody was like, well, we have to write a lot of dialogue, but we don't know what for them to say. And then somebody was like, man, just goofy shit.
That's when
shit that doesn't make no kind of sense, like broad saying goofy shit. Because it's like not... But you might.
They have 2 stereotypes in the room. One is a 50s dock worker, and one is a 80-year-old Southern grandma. Where they're like, yo, your ma, we need a saying for this broad to say. What you got? Well, you know what I say. You see a lizard in the road on your wedding day, you're not gonna last. It's just those 2 people, and Roosevelt going like, yeah, I guess that'll do. I can't write this show myself.
I hired you 2 specifically. So.
You know, they say a jackrabbit in the cotton patch, baby, you're gonna get rained on.
That was a deleted scene with me.
And we didn't. Are we going to go back and cover the beginning, or the opening scene? Is that going to be covered?
Oh, we could. Oh, we're talking about Lorelai playing dress up with Rory for her to be the next Lois
Moon
Lane.
Pies, first phrase of the episode. But I will just say, all I wanted to point out is that, since I could do this in stray observations, but there is no limit to how many times Lorelai is going to try to guilt Rory into going on this road trip.
None.
And it is so upsetting by the 4th and 5th time. And it's like, did the writers think that it's the comedy rule of 3s? Did there get something like, was it rubbed out? And they're like, it's the rule of 13s. Because they literally had her say it so many times. It was like, she can't possibly say it again. And she's like, but you need a group to approve it, and a group is at the wedding. And it's like, ugh. This woman, this horrible woman.
Would you say Lorelai's a little bit thirsty in this episode?
She's thirsty. She needs a drink.
She's thirsty AF.
That made me thirsty. But anyway, I guess I should have saved that for stray observations. It felt like it would play better there.
That was a good observation.
No, you hate me.
Nothing plays in stray observations, trust me. So about this scene, it's Rory preparing for her interview with the New York Times.
Yeah.
And is it just the New York Times? Because she keeps mentioning a bunch of different newspapers, and I sort of lost track of what was.
No, it's a bunch of different ones, I believe. Yeah.
She's got interviews at the Seattle papers, she said she's
Daily
hoping
Tribune.
for interviews, right? Is that what she said? Well, we don't have it, so it doesn't matter. No reason to speculate.
Well, I mean, we could just rewatch the whole episode again right now.
I like the idea that at a certain point this podcast just becomes 3 people trying to remember what happened.
Was it a lot of newspapers? Was it one?
Honestly, I'm so hungover.
No, there's this one girl, Rory Gilgang, and she talking to her mama.
There's literally no way to know. But it is one of those things where it's like, they're grooming her for something big. I haven't seen to the end of 7. I don't feel like it's going to happen. I don't feel like this is working out for Rory. Who here, fun audience participation, who here thinks Rory is a great journalist? And that's the sound of silence.
It's true, right? She's not really an observer. She even pointed it out last episode herself, that she just asked about how will I identify you, and that all she got was bald guy.
Yeah.
That's all I was gonna say.
I will say, unfortunately, I mean, I guess this is troubling given that she's 1/3 of the Gilmore Girls and the title character of this show. It is hard sometimes for these live shows not to become the roast of Rory Gilmore. It's tough. There's a lot here, and a lot of us aren't buying it, unfortunately.
I don't see journalists as being very quippy and talkative, you know?
What do you see for
Like,
Rory if you had to imagine an alternate career path for her?
If she's a journalist, she's going to be the kind that makes like a serial-esque type podcast. You know?
Oh, like a Sarah Koenig, yes.
Like a Sarah Koenig, maybe that.
She's got a voice for NPR.
Yeah, or like hosting a talk show or something.
I don't know if that's an insult or not.
I think Rory could be one of those people that like sleeps in a metal box for art. You know?
She's Shia LaBeouf?
Yes.
One of those people.
No, I don't think she's Shia
And I
LaBeouf.
hear they're
Swinton.
hiring.
They're definitely hiring.
Oh, the Metal Box Factory.
It's a glass box. I should have said that. I need to be specific about this reference, folks.
A character trapping themselves in a glass box for art, that'd be a stupid storyline on this show.
Does that happen in this show?
I don't know. I haven't seen all the way through, but it's possible.
Kirk.
Oh my God.
We've been doing this
Oh my
show for a
God.
little bit. I think it's okay. I think it's okay that we've gotten here.
So, okay, but here's the thing about Rory's personality that makes her unjournalistic, in my opinion. Like, she is the kind of person that's like, she's always doing that, like, sorry, okay, and I have a lot of questions for you, and where am I going to start? Oh, where should I always start? I always start, and it's like, journalists don't usually say 1,000 too many things, so that their time is eaten up by the end, and they're like, oh, I've said so much. Well, my first question is, what did you get into? You know, like that's not journalism. Stop talking.
I feel like one of the problems with Rory's sense of journalism that we never get to see is that it's so hard to encapsulate in an interview or in anything other than literally straight up just doing journalism how good she is. Like, if we saw her
True.
meeting with the bald guy, there's no way we'd be like, she's definitely a good journalist. If they were just like, what are you doing in school? Why do you want to be a journalist? And we're like, oh yeah, she's gonna make it.
I guess also that I don't want to say anything too forward. I mean, I think this is hard to play.
Really?
But oh yeah. But I never feel like Rory is drawn in by when she does do things that require her doing her passion. Like when she was at the newspaper and she had to take over, she's just one of those people who can't yell. And so she's like, all right, everybody get in line. You know, she doesn't like and it doesn't ever seem like she's like, grr. The only thing she ever got really passionate about is like Big Buddha. Like that's the one thing.
Whoa, Big Buddha!
Whoa, Big Buddha! So maybe she should become like a Buddhist
That was
monk,
her one passion.
you know?
That's what happens in the revival. She's just full on the Dalai Lama. I would love to see Rory just trying to take care of like 8 children in a house and just have
Why?
them.
Yeah, totally.
Because if they go crazy, she's like, guys, come on, just stop. Guys, hey, stop touching that.
I imagine her drowning in like a sea of babies and like never coming up from
How
it
many
ever
babies
again.
do you think 8 is?
Like 1 to 2 C's.
How many people
Right.
do you think are here tonight?
Like 4 to 5 C's.
Yes, which is 32, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, that is.
And that's Gilmore Guys math. We do need to talk about Zach and Luke.
Yes, we do.
As we said, he is kind of a good guy now. Like, Lane's pregnant. They got kids on the way. He's struggling. He doesn't know how to be a father. So this was also an issue in the last episode. But the style of Gilmore Girls, everyone's funny. Like, that's the world. Everyone is witty. Everyone's with it. Everyone is, as we imagine ourselves in the real life to be, as clever as they want to be. Like, that's the stylistic choice. So what that meant in the first seasons of the show is, like, people weren't just, like, busting out laughing at each other, right? Because then the show would be, like, 12 hours long. An episode would be that long because everyone's so funny. So in season 7, when they do laugh at each other, it's very noticeable. It's very noticeable.
Oh my God,
so
I'm so
let's,
glad you're
let's
doing
watch a
this.
clip
And I was
of
put on
this.
bed rest so the babies wouldn't come out before my due date. And I look at the calendar and I say to Zach, it's my due date.
And I'm like, so?
And I say, so now I want them to come out.
And I go, Doug, let's get out of bed.
I guess they can come out whenever they want as long as we finished our meal. Which, by the way, was terrific, Lane.
Yeah, she had no problem switching to a different meal when I told her about your curry issue.
Oh, it's not really, I don't
Whatever.
an issue. You know, I mean, again, look, sorry about the wine. I totally spaced. I should have brought you something sparkling, fruity kind of a thing.
Oh, it's okay. Besides, they say one of the things you can do to help induce labor is have a glass of wine.
That or sex.
Well, I can only help you with the wine.
Oh, it's so atonal.
Don't you wish there had been a pause of him not laughing after he said, "Oh, well, I can't help you with that one." He's just kind of like, "But you could." I thought
it'd be
something.
like, you set me up for it, say it, and we'll be Zach and Lane.
Well, I can't help you with that one.
Could you though?
Sorry,
Damn it, Lorelai, damn it, Taya.
And I can't. And my science.
Science. She's not in this episode. We don't have an excuse to do an impression of her.
I've never seen anyone as sad as
Someone
April
awing
Lee.
because April isn't in an episode?
They're awing because we can't do impressions of her.
Yes, you can. Go for it.
I mean, I guess you could.
No one. They don't have to be in an episode for us to do an
And the
impression.
impression is purely visual. Visual?
Visual.
God,
Hey,
having a stroke.
April,
Vigil.
Can you hold this box of Pop-Tarts for me real quick?
Okay. Thank you, guys. Gillies. Oh, basking in it.
I will say, Luke's temperament in this scene is as if they asked something insane of him. Like that, like what we just role played.
You mean before they ask him to be the Godfather?
I'll just
Will
play
you
the
be-
scene because it feels crazy to me that he's not jumping on board.
This is really nice of you guys.
What do you expect, man? You mean a lot to Lane and me.
You do.
We feel really close to you and not just, employees.
Yeah, me too.
When it comes to extended
Yeah.
family, Zach and I don't have much. I mean, I've got my mom, but she's not so much a family member. She is a probation officer.
What about your
my
dad?
old man ran off when I was like 10. No, nothing.
What
So I
about your
got the
dad,
feeling
Lane?
He didn't, want me to follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your dad?
So you guys need money or something?
Lane and I would like you to be godfather to our twins.
Oh, really? Godfather?
We just want to make sure we have a strong parental person for our boys.
Well,
There's no paperwork involved.
right, I just...
No notary public, if
No,
that's
no,
what you're thinking.
I know, it's just... Yeah, okay.
What's
sure.
wrong?
Oh, man, that is so great. Oh, hi.
It's just, you're the third people to ask me today.
There you go.
Great.
Oh, Luke high-fiving. Oh.
So
Before they even say, like, they're just being nice, and he's just like, yeah, okay. Oof.
Yeah, and Zach says, my old man left me. Like, my dad ran away. He's like, sucks. It's like, he's not a very
Mine
sympathetic-
didn't. We're really close. So
Is
I
this
don't
the
get that.
first time we're learning that Zach's dad left?
I think so. Yeah, I think this is
Very
canon
weird
now.
character thing to just mention casually as a plot point for something else.
And then have it become entirely central to what happens
Yes.
later.
Sure. But
I guess they had to set it up some way.
I did not understand what his problem was. Is it he's just like a hermit man? Like, I feel like he enjoys like dad mode. Like
No,
we
they just wanted to play up Luke's humility. So Luke would never, I think anyone would ever ask something meaningful of him, right? So he's always like, me, not me. And that's, I think, what they were trying to do. But
I'm a
then Scott
garbage
Patterson
man.
was like, ugh,
he plays it like
I'll have to get up more early.
He plays it like he plays it like they were already hinting at something, and he's like, I see through you.
Like how suspicious he is. They're like,
Yeah.
we love you and you're important to us. He's like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
No one loves me, ever.
I could not make heads or tails of it, unfortunately. Like, if something had just happened, or if it was like, no, like it was about April, or he was like having some problem with Anna and April, and then he kind of like put it on Zach, and like, but even like Zach showing up real early in the morning, being like, hey man, I just want to help out. I know you can't pay me, it's okay. Hey, I was thinking about bands you'd like. Just being like a sweet boy. to Luke. I don't know. It really touched me for some reason.
No, yeah, it's great.
But
no sarcasm in that sentence, guys. I don't. Okay.
Okay.
the scene opening with the laughter, and it kind of ties into the storyline. Like, why? Like, why are they doing that? There's no reason. It's never been done in the show, I don't think, ever before, for people to have weird, awkward laughter. Maybe on like a date they set it up with somebody, Lorelai and some guy on a date. But like, they've never had a scene with core characters interacting like this ever before, ever. And now they just suddenly have it. Like, I can imagine the actors getting the scripts and it has like Lane and Zach laugh, or all three laugh in the script, and they're going, what? And they're playing it like that. They're like, and then I set this down, and I guess, like looking at the studio, like, what? Where's Amy?
I will say, just as a character thing, not as an actor thing really, but as a character thing, unnerving to hear Luke Danes laugh.
It is unnerving.
I feel
know.
like
He's
Luke
really
Danes-
loosened up. I'm like, is he wasted?
No, that's why I said
Right.
he looked
Having a
like he
daughter
was
does that
on
to you.
mushrooms in that
Right.
scene. It was bananas.
Like, okay, ask me to be the godmother to your kids, and I'll be like, I'm on mushrooms.
Okay. Alice, I just, we've become such good friends, and you've meant so much to me and my wife. And yeah, and so it would really be our honor if you would consider being the godmother to our son. Okay, is that yes? I mean, you're like family to us, and I know you're gonna be family to little Jeremy when he's born. And
And it's like he's trying to pretend to be serious. He's like, I'm responsible for things. Am I saying that? This isn't even how I did it. I'm just having fun here. I'm just having fun.
Kevin, little Jeremy?
it's the first thing. This is the first name that came to mind. Are there any Jeremys here tonight?
That's a lady?
That was a lady.
You are lying.
Is your dad
Very
a Jeremy or
interesting.
something?
Hi, I'm Jeremy. Spring break. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. And this is our lovely Jeremy. She'll be 13.
So I want to play another scene of Zach being a good boy, being a good little boy to Luke. Am I saying this weird? Being a good. Is saying
Yes.
someone's a good little
Being a
boy
good little boy.
strange? I have no barometer
Only
for
if you're
this
not
anymore.
talking to a stray dog.
Somebody walks in right now. We like good little boys. What is this?
This is more of.
Maybe we could go over to Casey's after work and grab a beer and talk about some stuff.
Look, I
please?
can't be. Okay. All right, listen, I know what's going on, okay? You're about to become a father, so you're panicking.
I am, dude, big time.
Promise you'll get through this.
I don't know how to throw a damn frisbee.
Don't worry about it, okay?
I really could use your help on all this father stuff that I know nothing about,
Yeah, Zach,
man. I mean, what the hell are they supposed to call me? Dad? Papa? Do I look like a papa to you?
It'll come to you eventually.
Papa is a big, cuddly guy from Italy with all this dark hair. That's so not me.
Hey, listen, okay? The first time April turned up in my life, I didn't know squat about being a father, but eventually it came to me, okay? I found my dad mode, and you will too.
Dude, I hope so.
Yeah, don't sweat it. And go ahead and deliver these to the clowns in the corner over there. You will be fine.
I wish they cut two real clowns.
Okay, all right.
This guy's a real goofball,
Yeah,
huh?
watch it, Bill.
I'm not finished with that part.
There you are.
So that guy is a return character.
Bill.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what that for tonight. My name is Bill. Like that was about him.
He is
That's
one.
canon, guys. You guys are dumb.
He's one of the people that I thought looked like someone stand-in. He looks like Jared Fogel's stand-in. Okay, I can't just mention a person you guys goes, oh, he did a bad thing. We can't talk
Too
about
soon
him.
to acknowledge his existence?
Yeah.
I don't understand the ooh.
I'm not too soon. Well, maybe.
Is he Canadian? Are you guys ashamed of
No,
him?
he's
No,
not
but
Canadian.
that campaign aired in Canada really recently.
First of
because
all-
it came here later.
First of all,
Kidding, guys.
it would be a $5 meter long, you piece of shit.
A meter long.
Which is just way too much bread.
Too much bread.
Holy shit. A $5
Secondly, all
meter
Canadians are good little boys, so can't be him.
That did not sound like a good little boy.
I liked at the end when Luke was like, when he did defend Zach to Bill. That was really cute. And he was like, that guy's a moron. And he's like, get out of my place. I like when Luke gets protective.
But it is just bizarre, like this arc of, I don't want to be your godfather. I know you're freaking out. I don't really want to help you. I hate that you're talking to me while we're setting up early in the morning. You suck. Please leave me alone. Okay, I'll listen to your mixtape. Like, I just didn't, I wasn't on board.
I don't feel like he's ever not wanting to help out Zach. He just thinks it's coming at an inconvenient time, and then he realizes, oh, it's coming at an inconvenient time because this is literally the only thing Zach can think about, so I'll take a few moments out of my day to quell his panic. So
yeah, I don't think he realized what it was about until he's just like likes being alone in the morning. And then he realized, oh, he's freaking out about dad mode. Hashtag dad mode 2016.
Hashtag dad mode 2016. That's the hashtag for this live show tonight.
It is.
It's not Shrowing Thade.
What?
It doesn't matter.
Shrowing Thade?
I said Shrowing Thade. I didn't want to repeat it.
Shrowing Thade.
Shrowing Thade. We can't even agree to a pronunciation nor a spelling of Shrowing Thade.
Nora spelling.
Nora spelling. Mr. Gorbachev.
Nora spelling. Aaron Spelling's never
Nora
talked about other daughter.
She tried to do it,
She's
but she
even
couldn't.
worse. Okay. Imagine how Nora Spelling looks and acts for Tori to be the face of the operation. So what Guy Branum said about me, I heard the podcast about how I'm the cruelest and meanest. I heard that and I was like, oh, it's true. I'm really mean. But I
haven't gotten that impression from you, nor has the audience.
It's just when it's there, I have to say it. Sorry, Tori Spelling is a goddess.
Did you guys like Luke's arc?
I have to get that tattooed now.
Did you connect with Luke in this episode at all?
I connected with Zach in that arc, but
yeah, and more so with Zach than Luke in that arc. But I feel like I got where Luke. What's up?
I'm looking at there's sunglasses on the ground and it stresses me out because they could get stepped on.
I will lift them.
Mhm.
I connected with Zach, but I really felt like.
This became a cool podcast
Now it's
all
a
of a sudden.
That's right. Elton came to play. I do think that Luke is not. I think he's not making any terrible moves aside from when he just sort of seems very presumptuous about why they want him to be at dinner. So I don't know. I like Zook in the storyline.
I have to say, I'm paying attention so much more to what you're saying right now.
That's
you have
because
sunglasses
I'm really
on.
drawn
See, with the glasses off, you're like, I don't know who this guy is. But when I put the glasses on, oh, Jerry Rice is on stage, and he's got something to say.
Jerry Rice. Look, it's Jerry Rice.
It's Jerry Rice.
Natalie Wood.
It's Jerry Rice. I don't even know who we're doing. I just had to jump in.
It's fun to do voices.
Miss Celine, of course. Stars Hall
sure.
to Miss Celine. A lot of Celine heads.
That's a different thing. I mean, everyone in Canada is always a Celine
that's
head.
true.
But for a different Celine.
It's part of citizenship.
When you get a healthy,
take a kayak.
When you get a healthy, like when you go to the doctor and your blood pressure's okay, they're like, your heart will go on. That's in Canada.
And when your blood
It
pressure's
happens
bad,
all the time because it's free healthcare.
when it's bad, they say that's the way it is.
Yeah, that's what. It just occurred to me that Bieber is Canadian and he has a song called Sorry.
Sorry.
And I think the fact that he doesn't pronounce it properly must be a slap in the face for you guys. Is it too late now to say sorry? Right? Wouldn't that be? Doesn't sound.
You know what we haven't talked about in this episode yet, really in depth, is Logan. And Mitchum.
Wish we didn't have to.
Huntsberger.
No, that's the right reaction.
Can we pay our respects? Can we pay our respects to a series wrap on Mitchum Huntsberger?
Really?
Oh, finally.
So, it does work. And I can assume you can get cell phone reception wherever the hell you've been.
I was gonna call.
Uh-huh.
I was just waiting until I figured out my next move.
Next move? I'm fascinated, Logan. What is this next move? And where were you figuring it out? By the pool? The slot machines?
What, you've been spying on me?
After what you pulled, you can pretty much bet I'm gonna be spying on you for the rest of your life.
I need some time.
You know what you need, Logan? You need to get dressed, get cleaned up, get your ass down to the office so you can hear what's been figured out for you.
I'm not just another one of your employees.
Damn right you're not. If you were just another one of my employees, you'd be fired by now. Steve and Barry and legal are gonna sit you down, try and sort out the mess you make. Can you be there in an hour?
It's a flawless moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mitchum Huntsberger, Class A jerk. Can you believe him?
No.
Class A
I mean-
jerk.
What?
He was a jerk. He is a jerk.
But
Well, Logan, far be it from me to agree with your father, but you have been kind of irresponsible.
okay, you know what? I can't. This is really weird.
What? That I'm being honest?
You know that you're on his side. I kind of expected a little support here.
Logan, I love you, but I'm not going to support every stupid thing that you do, okay? If you go rob a bank, what do you expect me to do? Say, oh, that's okay, honey. I support you, darling.
I screwed up. I admit it. What else you people want? A freaking pound of flesh?
What? You people? Logan, for me, it's not that your business
Careful.
deal got messed up, okay? It's what you've done
He's about to
since
quote
then.
Prince.
What have I done?
Nothing. That's exactly my point. I mean, you've not been facing the problem. You've been running away from it.
I was going crazy, Rory. I had to blow off steam. I'm trying to get my bearings here.
I don't see you trying to get your bearings. I see you hiding out, and people are counting on you, your dad included, and you're not facing your responsibilities. You are being a jerk.
Well, maybe that's who I am. Maybe I'm just a jerk like my dad. You ever think of that?
I'm starting to.
Prince.
You ever think I'm a jerk like my dad? You think about that as Prince?
Maybe I'm just a jerk like my dad. He was like
Oh,
correct.
that's true.
He was incorrectly quoting When Doves Cry.
Maybe I'm just a jerk like my dad.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when you said he's about to quote Prince. I thought you were saying when he's like, I'm about to go crazy.
Oh, it could work both ways.
Oh,
Just like Prince.
nice. Very
It's
good.
also true.
Yes, that is correct.
That's also true. Very hard to
That was
connect.
early version of the song. I'm from Minnesota, so we get early drafts of Prince songs.
Yeah. He mails them.
Don't share these.
Maybe I'm just a jerk like my dad. And he's like, does that sound? And he's tinkering with it.
Drop the Justa. It's cleaner.
I love when Prince workshops his material.
He doesn't think it's satisfying.
This
he
is what
doesn't
it-
feel so good. He doesn't.
He drops
He's
in.
never wanting it to.
This is what it sounds like when pigeons tear up.
When pigeons tear up.
When pigeons wail. When the pigeons.
When geese fart.
Geese fart.
No.
We do have a lot of geese gas in Minnesota.
Guys,
it's an
geese
issue.
gas is a problem. That's why we're here tonight, to spread awareness. Yeah, but it's hard to connect with Logan in this episode, in these episodes, because then the follow-up to this is, yeah, Rory's like, I want to get the hell out of Dodge too, because Logan's being a weirdo. And so she goes to this wedding in North Carolina, right?
Right.
That's
right.
where it is.
Right.
And then
Home of
Logan,
Rodanthe. Any Rodanthe heads? Okay.
Is that Knights in Rodanthe?
Oh, have you seen Knights of Rodanthe?
Not yet.
Okay, we need to talk about this. Oh, it's priceless.
Hit
It's
us with-
one
hit
of
a-
the most insane movies I've ever seen.
Is that Diane Lane?
I watch it once a year.
Mhm.
It's Diane Lane and Richard Gere and Viola Davis in a really weird role.
The Dream Tree.
One of the most racistly written, I will say, roles of a token person in any. It's like they were like, just say, black stuff or whatever. It's like very upsetting, but also in every part of it, the movie is insane. And yeah, just you have to watch it. Get really high and watch it.
So Alice's
You're
pop
welcome.
culture
Yeah, that was an early pop culture plug.
You're welcome. I actually forgot to make one, so that is what it is.
So he follows her to North Carolina like a sociopath, like a lunatic man, like it doesn't feel right or good. And here's what I enjoy is in that fight when he shows up, he's like, "Come on, Ace, blah blah blah." She says what's so funny, and it's so on the nose, but she's like, "This is last year's Logan."
Yeah.
This is like 622 Logan. I need a 704 Logan again.
This
like,
Logan is so 2000 and late.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. Like they really are trying. Like, see, there's an arc. We're changing. We're growing these characters. And to their credit, because Logan was so boring up to this point in this season. Just like nothing. Like, you know what a good relationship looks like on this show? Boring as shit. It's like the first half of
That's
season
what a good
7.
relationship looks like in reality.
I hope to find out one day.
Saying it like it is.
Logan is pretty manipulative through his entire, since we meet him. But I feel like this is particularly grossly manipulative for him to be like, I can't go, I got shit to do. Then to drive down there and pretend like he's got something incredibly important to say and just to go, I'm sorry. He could have waited for the wedding to be, he just wanted to be like, I gotta prove that I'm
It's a
dedicated.
gesture,
It's a
yeah.
gesture, but it's such an empty gesture. Like,
Yeah.
just respect her time and wait until the wedding is done. Like, don't storm in there and just to. He really tells her like, this can't wait. It's gotta be now, and she's just saying sorry.
Yeah.
I was really expecting more like. I sold something and I'm gonna spend more time with you, but it's like, no, nothing's changed.
Sold something?
I don't know.
Doesn't he say that he quit?
He says that he quit, but
Yeah.
that's not something
He's
that...
the new plan. That's a big thing.
I don't think it's big enough that he's like, I gotta interrupt her
Well,
now.
I think what's important about what he did is that it was what her reaction was to it. It's not like what he did is illustrating his growth. It's illustrating her growth, that she's like, I appreciate that this is a thing that you think is a good thing to do, but it's so not important to me because I know how many sky miles you have. So I don't care that you flew down here and rented a car. It doesn't mean anything to me. You keep doing this all the time. Just get out of here. I'm having my wedding time with Mia. New Mia's in town, and we're having a good time.
We're trying all sorts of bath salts. It's
I
going
have
be
to
a
go
great...
dance with Tim Kaine, sit out here. I love her reaction, and she's like, "This is bullshit." And
Well,
then he
it
sits
really
out there.
does draw a
he sits
line
out
in
there
the
for an
sand.
insane amount of time in the same exact position, but still.
Like a little James Dean style.
It was stupid how long he was literally like this against the car. Like, it was light out when he got there, and then it's like 9:45, and he's like, "Anyway, conversation continued." Has he just been like?
His butt was 100% asleep.
Just shut down.
Like he wouldn't be inside the car or something like, "Oh, hey, I was on my phone." I don't know.
And then, of course, during that conversation, that's when it kind of bridges the stories together and weaves them together. And then we get the last, I guess, ever, unless she's in colon a year in the life. I feel like Mia won't be. I feel like she won't
It'll be a newer
It's a
Mia.
third Mia. It's like the new Marta.
It'll be Selena Gomez.
I'm into it.
Lorelai.
Emily.
I would love that every scene she just keeps like Benjamin buttoning mid-sentence. Like she starts talking, they cut to Rory. It's like, what are you talking about? They cut back, it's Chloe Grace Moretz. They do it again, they come back, and it's just straight up a baby.
Gaga, you're right.
And her final scene, it's like when the hat keeps getting bigger in Scary Movie 3. In her final scene, there's just a wig on like a pregnant woman's stomach. And she's like, gotta go, and she just turns around.
All right, so let's play that. This is maybe, we don't know anymore, but maybe Emily and Mia's last scene together.
It's hard for me to think of little Rory with a boyfriend.
She's not so little anymore.
I just hope she doesn't get her heart broken.
I can assure you, if anyone does any heartbreaking, it will be Rory.
Probably.
Definitely. She's such a smart, confident young woman. She's really amazing. Witty, charming, valedictorian in high school, editor of the college paper. Sounds like she'll have her pick of jobs at newspapers all over the country. Rory will be fine.
Well, you would know.
Hey.
And then let's just go ahead and watch the end, too, because that bridges very nicely. And
It
this
does
is one of my favorite endings ever on the show.
Seriously, Rory, I can't stay.
Like, Grandma, I'm already getting you a little Debbie.
Well, Debbie.
Oh, I bought her a suit.
Did you?
Yeah, it was so fun. It was weird, you know, but we found something really great, and it just felt like a rite of passage.
I'm sure.
Made me imagine, you know, what it's gonna be like after she leaves.
Of course.
It's gonna be hard to be without her.
Well, I'm sure you'll get through it.
What I mean to say is, Mom, I know that it was hard for you. Have you seen The Pursuit of Happiness?
Will Smith?
Is that the one with Will Smith?
Oh, yeah.
So attractive.
Mom has a thing for Will Smith.
Mama hungry.
I don't have a thing for him. Is it on
Pitch
now?
fixes all love connections.
Oh my god! Lane had her baby. Oh! Zach just sent me a photo.
On my psychic
Oh, cute.
I should let Mia camera distorts their faces.
What do you mean, Mom? They're cute. Oh, sweet.
Why did they misspell happiness?
Well, we'll find out.
Somebody get up and close the fucking door.
It's driving me insane. It's driving me
seriously,
insane.
huh?
It's driving me crazy.
It drove me so nuts. I'm like, don't start the movie.
Also, who starts a movie? Why are they cheering so much?
Heidi Klum Fanboy 69 produced this bed.
Oh, I see.
A David Klum joint.
What if I just left this up for the rest of the show?
Do it.
So in all your pictures, it's just like, wow, what did they go to the other night? Does not look couth.
Boy, nice. Oh, yeah. So who starts a movie and is like, great, like if we were all three of us going to watch a movie, why would we all be like, great, okay, perfect?
This is how meerkats watch a movie.
It's totally how, it's like... Like, get comfortable. That and the door drives me insane.
The blocking was so funny.
The blocking
It
was so
funny.
and then would we? Oh, and then you'll zoom back, and we'll get in the wide. We'll get comfortable. No wide. We gotta end this episode. All right.
One thing I did like about the blocking, though, is that it was. We've seen Lorelai reach out to Emily, in little small ways. Not so much the other way around, really, ever. But it was nice to see, like, in this sense, Rory and Lorelai like teaming up to reach out to Emily in this scene and kind of include her like, yeah, we're doing junk food in this movie that we kind of don't care about that much. And we're going to talk about pop culture and like, you like Will Smith, blah, 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 da-da-da. So I found that to be pretty touching. I like that. And of course, like, really, they could just put that music cue over anything. I'd be like,
yeah, it's happening.
La, da,
Yeah.
da,
It's so
da,
funny.
da,
If what they should have done in the Luke Christopher fight.
la, la,
I
la 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 la. I'm being Christopher.
I think because we played so many of the cues so often, in my head, I just see it as like another needle drop, which is why I don't feel that way anymore about those cues.
Oh, interesting. So for you, it's not like a part of the fabric of the show. It's just like, oh, they found that song again.
It's like, it's as if they just played another song. Like, I don't know.
Like
Emotional
PJ Harvey.
immunity.
Sure.
Emotional immunity?
Yeah, like you don't like earworms don't affect you.
Yes.
That's cool.
Is emotional immunity a Bjork
It's essential
song?
for a DJ. Glasses on.
Ow! Tell us more.
I feel like a member of Parliament Funkadelic.
That's
Good.
the shyest
good way
that
to feel.
sentence has ever been said before.
Y'all ready to funk? Y'all ready to funk?
Parliament
Who want the funk?
Funkadelic.
Who got the funk? We want the funk.
Do you guys like this scene, this final scene?
Loved it.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm asking everybody. Sure.
Oh, I guess you guys want to say something. I'm sorry. Are we here
guess
for
you all
this
have
or which is it? So hostile. Okay.
To the most polite audience we've ever had, sincerely.
The reason we're literally here.
Hey, sidebar. These motherfuckers, it doesn't matter
I
how
know,
they feel
right?
about things, all right?
We
You guys
could
are
say,
great.
like,
It doesn't
go
matter.
take a hike, go fall off a cliff.
Exactly.
Shit.
It's
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
lemmings.
Right.
You guys are so great. Thanks
Shoot.
again for you
Yeah.
being here.
It's all about the fans, guys, right? Okay.
Me. They liked. Okay, I agree with Kevin. I'm totally on board for this scene. I loved it. I love the way Emily is only brought back in. She's like in this kind of like icy cold stare, and the only thing really that brings Emily in is a
Will
mention of
Smith.
Will Smith, which is real.
She looks like a little. I feel like Kelly Bishop is really good at a billion things, but really good at playing like little kid moments. Like sometimes she just seems like a lost little girl
Full of childlike
in certain things.
innocence.
I wasn't so drawn in by this scene, mostly because I think it's another thing about Emily that I'm so exhausted by this dynamic of Lorelai's never good enough for her, and I just want to see one thing that she does that Emily can truly be like happy for, or just like break down this wall of I hate you and I still think about how you left or whatever. And I think the thing of Will Smith drew us together is cute. Did someone just sneeze or what happened?
Well, Will Smith drew us together, I think, is resonant for a lot of the people here, because that's a lot of their stories.
Right, he drew us like one of our French
Independence
girls.
Day was their first date.
I just think that what it really says to me is Lorelai herself is not what she's here for. She's just here because she likes this Will Smith movie or whatever. Like, she's not trying to connect with her. She's not even looking at her at any point. It just doesn't feel, it feels like Emily is there, but she doesn't want, she's like, even like she's happy to be there, but she wants Lorelai to know that it's not ever for her on her own accord.
Oh, you know,
which I just hate that.
I understand. I would hate that too if I felt that way. Sounds tough for you.
I see two ways to it, because I think that's totally valid, because it is like Will Smith. This is the most we've talked about Will Smith on this podcast. I
No,
think.
it's not.
That's right.
So far.
Boogie Wild Wild.
Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't care.
Bienvenido. Bienvenido a Stars Hollow. It's a...
To me.
Can we do, please, a Stars Hollow Miami cover? That'd be great. Him driving around.
Hollow.
Welcome to Stars Hollow.
Come to the city and the festivals and look at Little Kirk's testicles.
Welcome to Stars Hollow. I'm now leaving Stars Hollow.
Yeah, that's the appropriate response. That's good, I think.
Al's
that's
Pancake
fair.
World.
That's fair. Al's first Pancake World. But I actually totally connect on that, because it is like, yeah, Pursuit of Happiness, the movie. The event is like the pretense. I'm of two minds of that, though, because I could see like, oh yeah, she doesn't give a shit about Lorelai, and she's just like, oh, I want to see this handsome man in a movie. But also I see it in like, she is so hardened that she cannot allow herself to be vulnerable enough to say, hey, you know what? I missed a shit ton of time with you guys. I just want to connect again. And so because she, even in all the like subtext becomes text of season 7, even Emily Gilmore cannot say, I'm sorry, Lorelai, I miss you, I want to connect. So she still has to use that pretense.
Right.
Which looks unkind.
Well, I mean, I agree with that, but it's just, that's Emily since we have met her in the very first episode. I'm so sick of it. I want an arc. I want her to let loose the string a little bit and just say something like, ask her a question like, so I heard you did this with me, and that must have been nice. Or like she's just straight up like, she's cold and unforgiving, and it's not something I find charming ever. I'm just kind of like, I know we're going to get something in the revival where it happens very quickly and all of a sudden she's like, oh, like she says, I love you or whatever, but I just wish it was a slow burn. I hate knowing that Emily is still the cold person to her daughter that she's been for the last 7 years of the show.
But still, if there were any reason for a mother to be cold to her daughter after all these years and all these seasons of a show, what would it be if not that the daughter ran away? Right. I think the running away and like never coming back is like the ultimate move to completely alienate your parents. And it's not like, okay, it's okay to do if like your parents are saying that if you're gay, you're going to go to hell or something like that, like in those instances. But it's not like Emily was doing that. She was just being really not great and overbearing. And she's still like that, but her move was being like not a great mom all the time and kind of judgmental and making her daughter feel shitty. But like Lorelai ran away forever. Right. And so I feel that like Emily has to really heal before she can come to Lorelai. And like Lorelai it's not like Lorelai's constantly reaching out to her mom and her mom's just like, forget it. It's like, you know,
She definitely does it more than Emily.
She does it more than Emily, but she was raised by 2 women named Mia. And she had that benefit of having those 2 women in our lives. They're like
Lorelai has 2 Mias.
Yeah, she has 2 Mias. One is really hippy dippy and the other one's it's like a Dharma and Greg of Mias.
Yeah.
That raised
the
her.
dichotomy is amazing.
The ultimate combo.
I just wonder when the healing stops and when she decides that the best way to get her daughter back is to reach out herself and not pretend that she needs to keep putting.
Maybe about to get an applause break.
Maybe when her,
it's fine.
I would say maybe when, don't boo me guys, maybe when her husband passes away.
No, I'm saying that's exactly what I think. It's gonna be when her husband passes and she realizes Lorelai is the best thing she's got. But I don't.
That would be amazing if Amy's thing in season 7, the thing she was gonna do is have Ed Harriman die sooner.
I don't think she was always planning it, but I don't think she's not gonna use it to bring them closer.
Oh,
who else
sure.
does
How
Emily
could
have?
you
Of course
not?
she is.
Yeah,
Of
it's
course
like
she is.
She's gonna.
Yeah, it's primo. Well,
Yeah,
she's gonna
yeah.
what? You had a thought.
I was just gonna say she's gonna do something like, your father was the only one I have. I was his assistant essentially. I was his what? Don't.
Please, please, please. I love this so much. It's my favorite.
I wasn't just your father's wife. I was his partner. I know I talked about how much I did for Richard, but he did so much for me. He was the only one I ever talked to. He's the only one that knew everything about me when I was sad, when I missed the things that you did growing up. He's who I shared that pain with, and now that pain is all on me. Do you understand that? I have to carry the pain of losing my child and losing my granddaughter and now losing my husband. I have no one. I have no one left. And then Lorelai comes to her and the last 4 words are, "You have me, Mom."
So stupid.
And then Lorelai goes, "Psych."
Holy shit. Wow. Oh, man.
I'm always here to write sad Emily fan fiction. If it means giving her a heart, I'm into it.
Oh,
So
man.
down for that.
Well, there's no good segue into this, but there never is. Fashion. I like that the hallmark of this segment is that it has shitty segues. I mean, gotta just talk about this one last time. Richard Gilmore's track suit. You can bring the lights down a little bit.
Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah.
Oh, dreamy.
It's velvet, right? Like,
oh yeah,
that's straight velvet.
Straight up velour.
Oh my gosh.
Think of the top-notch velvet used in that tracksuit. That was Yeezy season 0. Like it was before.
Just Richard walking on just a lone runway.
The sheer panels.
Yeah.
He's like, well.
The funny thing to me is now that I'm looking at it, it not only seems like those stripes are part of it, but it kind of feels like when you see cops not wearing a jacket and they've got the like holsters for their guns.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what it looks like. He's also got velvet holsters.
You got little
And
velvet
they
holsters.
are, in essence, for his guns.
That is true. They're keeping those things locked and loaded.
Yeah, remember, guys, because of 601, it's canon. Richard is, at all times, Richard Gilmore is wearing a gold chain necklace around his neck. It's true.
Do you have the pointer?
Do I have the pointer?
Yeah.
Sure. You want to use it?
I don't really know what I'm going to use it for.
Are you pointing it the right way?
I don't even.
There's so much blue.
I was gonna say exact. That's what I was gonna say. The blue flowers, the blue shirt, the blue book. Yeah. there's
Emily's.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
It means that Emily's about to be real blue.
They're in their blue period.
Yes.
But she swears she wasn't working blue.
This has to be the brightest color Emily or anyone in the show has ever worn. Like
True.
if there was a UV light, people would go blind. It's so.
Oh, she had
so
one of
bright.
those like blacklight dates like Ross on Friends, and the guy
Yeah.
would be.
Exactly.
Again, for calling a year in the life, maybe. We can talk about Logan's little.
Oh my
They want
God.
to dress him up like a little boy. Like that's the intent here. I believe.
I wish. Do we have another like a still from this scene? Because I like to look at the stuff in his apartment.
Oh sure. Here's another one. Him and Rory. He's sipping his coffee. Still can't make heads or tails of what the hell this
What
thing
the
is.
fuck?
Is it a Palm Pilot?
fuck is
it?
that?
I think it's a video conferencing phone. I don't know why it was
Oh
above his
my
bed last
God.
episode.
It
though.
just looks like the shittiest iPad.
Whoa!
Yeah, take
look at how awful those stools are.
All you've done is gone out to get apples. That's all. That's all you've done in the last few days.
Look at those stools. That's the lowest back I've ever seen on a stool. That is a
not
stool for
That's
babies.
not the lowest back.
No
That's
one's
Eames.
sitting there.
Eames Cannon for sure.
What is Rory doing? She looks like she's putting together roast hands.
I will say, okay, I did take a still of this because I thought it looked like a pretty cool romance novel. This is when Mitchum leaves and Rory looks back.
Oh, I'm so glad you.
I feel like
I'm
this
so
is-
glad you did this because I love to imagine that that's literally just a Flatiron building, and that their door opens onto the street.
They live at a hot dog stand on 24th, I guess.
Like, oh, I thought he was rich. It's terrible.
Oh, poor guy.
I like Rory's coat thing. I wouldn't know what to call it.
Yeah.
It's got big buttons, so it's cool.
It's a vestlet.
We'll stick with a coat thing.
What is this silver thing by the door?
That's an intercom system.
No, on the table.
That's also an intercom system.
Good.
They just keep getting more and they never work, so they just get new ones. This is also an intercom system.
I actually, if I may, I feel like this.
Give it to me.
This is a taxidermied Roomba.
It's possible.
Like Logan went out and killed it, and now he displays it.
He went hunting with Colin and Finn and other rich people's apartments.
At the Sharper Image Hunt Convention 2007.
His room does look like the back storeroom of a Brookstone.
Does, definitely.
We can also talk about Logan's look when he gets to the wedding.
Oh, hot.
What is this? What are we doing?
This is him as Nick Carterist.
Oh, come on.
This feels like he's in a jumper. He could
If
be.
I was really dating Logan and that he wore something like that to my house, it would be gray within 2 seconds because of the cat hair. That just looks like a cat hair.
Yeah, I wasn't
What did
sure
you
where
think
that was
I
going.
I thought you were just saying, if he's dating me, he better make it gray. Just like, I won't settle for that.
like the 50 Shades.
Exactly.
Also, we didn't even mention the Bill Cosby impersonator at the wedding.
Yes.
Which we can talk about for a long time.
It's
Kenneth.
Kenneth.
His
Page?
accent is like.
Oh yes, it's Kenneth Cosby Tobolowsky.
Kenneth Cosby Tobolowsky.
Yeah.
Sherman Palladino.
Exactly.
Also, wait a minute. Is Logan dating another girl right here? Is he dancing with another girl?
Well, I'm sorry,
That's
she left
Tate
him out there
Donovan.
for a really long time. He thought he was going to get to live it up.
He had to start a new life already.
He's blowing off a little ass bit of steam right there with Rachel.
Lorelai's
Also, the
dress
guy
is-
behind them is amazing. He's definitely on crew. You know that guy on crew?
Oh, Dwight
He's
Yoakam
got,
over there?
He's got a bigger roll of tape on
This
his.
guy?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, and speaking of...
Oh, I guess he's in the band.
We have the same glasses.
Oh, cool. This is Rory, Lorelai, Emily, and Mia number 2.0.
This is a ya sisterhood if I ever seen.
So-
one.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I sort of feel like Emily was all like, I have nothing to wear to a wedding. If she didn't go out and buy something, I don't understand why she is the best dressed person here.
Right.
Even though it's literally Mia's wedding.
Oh, sure.
I'm sure she went out and bought something.
Do you think Mia changed? No, she didn't, because you saw her after the... Mia.
That jacket, come on.
It looks like it was supposed to be all white and then it rained.
It looks like half of an oven mitt. Lorelai's wearing a like a magic eye drawing.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And Taylor Mistakes collection.
And Taylor Mistakes. Also, this isn't as much fashion, although it is a little bit Rory fashion, but this is her in the car when she's like, I want to get out of here. This shot struck me as so weird.
Yeah,
like,
it's
there's a
not-
lot of like...
Super Seinfeld.
Yeah, like it's super Seinfeld, like very shallow depth of field with the cars and the way she's lit. It looks like almost a David Lynchian nightmare.
I think there's just a giant ball of light driving the taxi.
It does. To me,
yeah,
it just
who's
looks like
this?
they used the Seinfeld set. She had man hands. Man hands, Mom. Is Grandma there? How's Grandma feel about man hands? I can't take it.
Any other fashion notes we wanted to point out before we go?
Do we have a picture of Rory's dress from the very beginning?
Oh, sure, yeah. We got some of that.
Oh. There was a darker one that she wore with like very, very sharp like shoulders, and it just...
Oh, the one with spikes on the shoulders.
Were they... No. They just had very sharp shoulders, and I was weirdly not drawn... Whatever... repelled by it. It was just... Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to make it, guys.
Well, look at the bottom, too. It's like that frayed... It comes from the same collection where Logan
This?
got that one jacket. The bottom of the skirt.
Oh, I see.
The frayed lapel jacket. Do you guys remember that?
Oh,
I recall.
we forget that
The
jacket.
brown frayed. He wore it so much for a rich guy to wear something that often, first of all.
It was like
Logan's
signature.
jacket
I love
was
this
like
because it's
my...
like business, not.
What was Logan's jacket like?
Logan's jacket was like my favorite Discovery Channel show. Naked and afraid.
Give me the microphone. Okay, so how do we make this do it?
Oh, you push the button. It's this guy. Yeah.
This one. So, okay, so see this right here? The frayed edge? So
Yeah.
this on Logan's jacket was frayed. It was ripped.
Yes.
Yeah,
around
we know.
here. Oh, I thought you didn't.
No, we all connected with that immediately.
I thought you
feel
didn't
like.
know.
Oh.
I knew. I thought he didn't. take this away from me.
More toys. We're kind of a prop comedy show at this point.
It really is Carrot Top and Co.
So much.
You guys hating on us or on Carrot Top?
He is buff.
I
There
hear
you go.
that.
But maybe too buff.
He's
I hear
here.
that
Please
too.
don't insult
I'm
Carrot Top.
sorry, Mr.
He'll fight
Top.
you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Top. And then, just a throwback, just in case we were wondering how Elizabeth Franz is doing. Look, she looks happy. The real Mia is doing fine.
Man, I bet she just found out that episode was airing and was like, what?
Oh, that's her smile after she found out the episode was airing. Yeah, they recast
She's like,
you.
that motherfucker.
She's like, I'm not in the Rosenthal season? Huh.
And I think that's been the fashion report. Fashion. Now, folks, we gotta do it.
Real quickly, just
Yeah.
because we played the scene where Emily and Mia are talking by the window about how great Rory's doing.
Yeah.
I hated that scene because they play it as if Lorelai is overhearing something positive that Emily is saying, but she's saying it in a tone that sounds like, I'm so glad that Roy did this because my own child could not. So I was just curious, like, it just feels like, why would you be looking on this like, this is a nice moment that I'm overseeing? Like, she's very proud of Roy, but she says it in the tone like, she's gonna do great. Oh, that child.
Oh, I didn't get the comparison from that at all.
Yeah.
That it was like the anti-Lorelai.
It just seemed, her tone just seemed like Rory's gonna do fine. If only my own child was doing as fine, or something like that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I didn't quite get that comparison, but I do feel that what a weird conversation for Lorelai to overhear.
Yeah.
Because it seems like, why would they not have a conversation about like, and this was so hard for me or whatever. It's so nice to be involved in Rory's life because I really miss.
Did you guys hear that too?
Where are you? Because I really missed my own daughter and her being like, I know, and I was whatever the hell, I can't do it. You could do it.
No, I can't.
I'm not going to play the song. We're not going to do it. But yeah, I get that there are weird layers to it. That's why the relationship is interesting. I think they made a good choice in going back to that, to mine it for
Yes.
like dramatic conflict. But I mean, as far as like the clarity of it, I like the scene at the end. I don't know if the scene with me and Emily lived up to like the promise of revisiting it 5 years later. And it was so funny because the emphasis of Lorelai even overhearing it is Mia saying, yeah, the pictures from 5 years ago in episode 210 or whatever it was. It was just so specific. Well, she didn't say the episode.
No, that was Bridge.
She visited me in episode 210.
We all know 210 was Bridge
I think
dinner.
that
My psychotic episode 210.
The way I translate Emily not reaching out to Lorelai or them not really getting the bridge this is that I have this kind of in my family with the women in my family where we don't really do the whole like, okay, there's a lot of like terse conversations that are like, that was hard. Well, I'm sorry. And then the way that we know that it's okay is that somebody does something, they're like, do you want to watch this show? And it's like, all right, it's like that. It's like
April?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's when we know it's okay.
Do you guys notice that April Nardini never like makes eye contact with people?
Oh, she does.
She's always like looking sort of
Watch
at them. That's
again.
true. Yeah, she is always looking like that friend that's like not looking, and she's like, okay, yeah. You have to read my paper. It's hilarious.
Oh, we found out in the last episode that April Nardini straight up wrote Kurt Gleason fan fiction. That's a part of the story. She's like, I did a paper about Kirk. It's hilarious. Science.
There are at least 32 of you here tonight. If any of you can find that fan fiction, I'm sure
Any of
there'll
you
be
can
a
write that
special
fan
T-shirt.
fiction.
Or make it your own.
Yeah.
Now it's time to go back in the time machine.
Now in 2007.
To the Television Without Pity boards. TWAP, for short. See what people were saying about the episode at the time for a little segment we call... This is
Twat
going to
for
be the
short.
first time that the segment intro is longer than the segment.
But not the last time.
Crystal Line wrote, I spaced out a few seconds during the episode. Did Lane give an explanation about where her dad was? So it's just a girl like who didn't tape it, just posting about. It's just a fun relic. And then finally,
two?
Yeah, I want to do Q&A more than talk.
Finally.
Yeah,
Travelbug92 says, has anyone mentioned that David French Twist Babcock wrote this episode? He needs to find employment elsewhere.
Oh boy.
David what?
David Babcock, because he wrote the episode where Christopher and Lorelai get married.
Oh.
So he's the bad guy.
Got it.
He planned, this. It's a very fun way to look at TV. Every writer changes the course of the show forever.
Yeah.
At our show last night, we got very lucky and had someone in the audience who had written a twat piece that we had read on air.
Read on the show.
Is there anyone in this audience tonight whose twat thing we have read on the show before? Ooh, okay.
Is there anyone that used to
One
post
for
on
two.
Twop at all back in the day?
Yeah,
Ooh.
twoppers.
Twoppers, where you at?
Let's give them something to twop about. Spoiler for another.
Sure.
Used that before.
Oh man, well now it's time to turn it over to a little audience Q&A.
Audience Q&A.
Hey.
Kevin, you always go into audience for this one. Do you wanna go into the audience or do you wanna answer the questions?
I can do both.
We can all go in, and then the audience members can talk to each other.
Actually,
after.
That would be great.
Audience, come to the stage, all of you, on
Rush
it
the
at
stage.
the same time.
We'll all jump at once and break the place.
Yeah. So a few guidelines for this. Don't be a weirdo. Just don't be a weirdo. It seems simple, but it's not. Don't be a weirdo. It's okay. Second guideline, don't try to convince us that boyfriend X is the best and say, why don't you like boyfriend X? And in this formula, X is Jess. I don't think there's anyone like Team Dean oh shit, this is my moment.
House lights up.
And because we're running a little short on time, we'll keep it short. Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
Hey, I'm Rachel. My rating is 6 hot dogs for the table.
It's too many hot dogs for any table.
I don't know if you're aware that new Mia, Kathy Baker, was in a little movie called Jane Austen Book Club, where they read all the Jane Austen novels.
So they read the same book over and over again.
So not only are all Jane Austen novels the same, but all Mia's are the same to them too.
It's true. It's true. So my question is, if the Gilmore Girls were in a book club, what would they be reading and why?
Ooh. Did everyone just turn into a ghost in here?
No matter what book club
question.
they're in, Lorelai's not reading the book. She's gonna get Cliff Notes.
Has
2 days
she
before the
finished a
meeting.
book?
I'm sure, like a manager's guide to hotels or something. But I don't think she ever reads for leisure. For leisure.
For leisure, okay. So the book club, what would the book club be, guys?
But she was a really good student, remember, early back in the day, and so she must read. All
Or
right.
get notes from other people. I mean,
would
if everyone
say
in town
something
loves
there's a movie of, so that Lorelai could watch it.
Oh, they just do franchises. So it's like Hunger Games is coming out. Let's do the Hunger Games
They would
books.
probably watch, Or we go, if it was, So have I answered? Yeah.
Movie franchise book club. That's actually, you know what? That's you guys can have that
Bye,
idea
Kevin.
for free. Bye. What if I just walked out into Toronto, didn't finish
But
the
you
show?
still field questions? We're
Yeah.
I think he's in an Uber. How
it's just
far
called
is this range?
jaywalking.
Yeah.
Jaywalking.
No. Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
Hi, my name is Dorothy, and my rating is 6.5 out of 10 polyamorous Mias. I would like to ask if any of you have been in a situation where you wouldn't date somebody based off of their name, because Emily talks about how Howard is not a really good name, and it's not very masculine. I think that's why, I'm not sure. But I was just wondering if you've ever been in a situation where you wouldn't date a woman or a man based off their name.
Oh, yeah, okay, because that's where Richard the Lionheart, I would never date a Howard, which, by the way, Richard and Howard, those sound like brothers. Like, that's not, worlds apart. Like, Howard's
Yeah,
no
they're
Richard.
like 3 to 4 letters different.
Yeah.
I will say I've never dated anyone named John because I don't like that name, and I think it would be tough for me if I found somebody that I dated and I really liked them and their name was John. It would take me a longer time to get to like them.
I don't think I'd date anyone with my mom's name, but if I find an Olubumi that I'm considering dating, like, I feel like I probably put up with it. Like, that's a really weird search I've gone on.
Yeah.
It's a search we're all still on.
To find our Olubumis.
Oh, did I freak everyone up out here? Oh, we have a question. Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
Oh my God.
My name's Katrina. I give it 8 out of 10 plates of food that aren't for you, repeated jokes. And my question is, Emily loves show tunes for the road. What's your road trip music?
Road trip music.
Ooh. Ooh. Ghost sound.
One time I went on a road trip and my iPod wasn't working, so I just played what CDs I had in the car, but the only CD I had was Radiohead's In Rainbows. So we just listened to that in silence 3 times around before someone was like, hey, I like this, but can we turn it off?
That's the most Demi Adichie thing I've ever heard.
The thing is, by the 3rd time I just got embarrassed. I was like, I really just don't want to sit here in silence, but I also don't want to listen to this.
It would be so funny in the episode if she was like, now let's put on show tunes, and it's just at the ballet from a chorus line. It's like this super weird fourth wall breaking joke.
I was expecting it to be something very dark, like, my name is 24601.
Actually, I mean, to her credit, I do think Broadway shows are good for road trips.
I agree, because you can sing along. I really like to sing along.
You can sing along, but it's also like a story, so it's
That's
like
true.
an audio book and
It
an album.
is both things.
At the same time. Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
Say my road trip.
My name
Wait, what
is
was yours?
Eshe. It's my birthday.
Happy
birthday!
Oh, Eshe!
9/11, good day to be born.
My rating
Happy
for
birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
dear
Happy birthday to you. We know your name, the mic's just cut out.
We should do this.
I wanted to do that not just because I wanted to wish you a happy birthday, but because I wanted to know who in the audience knew your name from you saying it quietly once.
I mean,
and I wasn't one of them.
We
so.
all know it. Count of 3. 1, 2,
2, 3.
Ashley.
Ashley's.
It just sounded like everyone muttered.
Ashley.
Ashley.
Is it Ashley?
It would be so funny if we did this for everyone whose birthday was this month and we sang it that slowly every time. I just went down each row.
And then when we say
Happy
the name,
birthday.
you just choose one.
My name is Alex. I give it
Happy birthday.
I give it 8 out of 10 homemade peach pies that are actually from Luke's. And my question is, do you think from Zach's comment about having sex inducing birth indicates that they've had sex again, and by Lane's reaction that it was actually good this time?
Oh, Alex.
You know what?
Oh, Alex. You should be the journalist that Rory could never be.
Team Alex, all right. That's an excellent question. And what a lovely read of that scene. We just want happiness at all for Lane Kim. And so I'll say yes, that's what that means.
I do think that's what ASP's thing that happened in season 7 is how she would, right? We all think that that's the thing she would do differently.
That she wouldn't have gotten pregnant?
Didn't she say there's one thing that happened in season 7 that she would not have happened?
The way
all the shit that happened to Lane, right?
Right. The way she phrased it, she was like, I'm going to go a different way, which I don't know what that means, but it could have been that, in which case I think it would have been. Yeah.
I can't wait to find out what it is.
I feel like that is, like, I thought about that same thing when that scene came, and I don't know if it was that or if it was just Lane just laughing because sex is a funny, like, how ribald.
How ribald.
But I do think that's a good read of it.
All right, your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
My name is Deirdre. I give it 6 out of 10 clear Chardonnays, my favorite wine. And my question is, do you think the name of the episode, Gilmore Girls Only, is supposed to reflect the fact that they've moved away from Mia and they are now fully ensconced with Emily? Because I think a
lot of ghosts coming back out. What a haunted theater we're in.
Sorry to scare you. I think that the scene with Emily and Mia, where she's referencing all of Rory's successes in high school and university, seems to imply that Rory has had those successes with the Gilmore's influence. So she seems to be proud of that. I don't know.
Totally. Yeah, that's a valid read. I dig that. Gilmore Girls only. It means they're Emily's now.
It just feels like this.
Alternate tile. Fuck Mia.
That sounds like an Italian porn.
Well,
fuck Mia.
Hey.
It sounds like Mario After Hours.
Fuck me.
It's a Mia. I feel like this title is just so vague. I don't know. It could mean so many things, and I wish they just either went with a quote or a more clear, concise pun. Mamma Mia.
Mm-hmm.
Mama calling Mia or comma Mia. Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
My name is Emily, and my rating for the episode...
I'm listening.
I'll see you later. My rating for the episode is 8 out of 10 wolf mothers. And I mean, come on, guys. Like, what about Lane and having babies and it not really being a big deal at the end of the episode? And also the dress she was wearing not being in the fashion.
Yeah. The dress she was wearing what?
The dress that she was wearing during the dinner was like a turtleneck with like a long sleeve over it, and it looked like something her mother would dress her in.
She looked like the candelabra from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, she did.
Lumiere, sorry, is his name.
Yeah, he has a
So
name,
often
Timmy.
Lane dresses in such a conservative way, and I don't get that. It doesn't seem like she would do that. It seems like she'd have tattoos.
I'm surprised when she was getting her hair dyed that she didn't get a tattoo instead, and that was a thing.
You can't get a tattoo on your head, though. No, what am I talking about? Of course you can. I sound like an idiot. What am I doing here? Guys, what's it all about?
It does seem weird that was so underwritten, but I think they were like, look, Lane had her last episode. That's all you get.
It was almost classic Palladino in that way, in which a big action and event happened off screen in that way. So maybe Rosenthal was like, you know what, this one's for you, Amy. And nothing else is for you, Amy.
Would that it were.
And the rest is for you, Heidi. Your name, your rating for the episode.
They also get over it very quickly and move on to Pursuit of Happiness is on.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was unclear whether they were saying she had her baby or babies. It could have gone either way. I heard a little bit
She
of an
did say
S,
baby, I thought, but whatever. They don't do
babies.
second takes on this show. We know that for sure.
They've never done a second
They've never done a
take
single second
on
take.
Gilmore Girls.
None of it is improvised. It is all perfectly off book, and they've
Yeah, that's
never
right.
done a second take.
Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
My name is Fatima. I give it a 6 out of 10 YouTube videos made it from phones. And my question is kind of music related, and it's, if you were to make a mixtape for Luke, what song would you want on it?
Well, that's a very good question. A mixtape for Luke, what would the song be? One of the songs be on the mixtape?
I have no idea what Luke's music taste is, but based on how he dresses, I'd probably put like some Tallest Man on Earth or something, like some sort of folky music, and then slowly lead him into like, here's more guitar, but it's faster, like the Avid Brothers, and then work my way up to straight up like Wolf Mother at the very end. Not just, here's all like Wolf Mothers.
I would do Young Thug.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what if he got into it? Just because what if he was like super, like, honestly?
I don't know what he's saying, but I like the way
beat
he
is
dresses.
incredible.
I'm going super counterintuitive, but I'm going to say Carly Rae Jepsen.
Oh, that's a great idea.
He listens to Boy Problems,
That's a good
and she
idea.
sings Boy Problems, who's got him, I got him too. He's like, I got him too. I'm the boy problem.
It's really
and he
good.
realizes it's about him. Your name, your aim for the episode, and your question.
My name is Katarina. I give it 7 out of 10 Roomba taxidermies. And my question is, will they reference it, Emily's love of Suicide Squad, because Will Smith is in it?
Oh, shoot. Does Emily love Suicide Squad? Imagine Viola Davis's part played by Kelly Bishop in Suicide Squad. That's a fun exercise. I feel like
Not much
because
changes.
that's not a Palladino Ridge. If Will Smith was established in seasons 1 through 6.
Not much would change if Emily was playing. Like, she'd be just as mean.
What if Emily is just with Will Smith in the new season?
I'm telling you.
Like, that's the surprise celebrity cameo they managed to hide from all of us that never got into the...
Oh,
They didn't even
what's up? Woo! Oh, man. No, I'm just saying, I'm seeing your mama. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Nah,
He's
for real.
Jay-Z.
Jaden. Emily.
Emily.
The Rock is in the building.
Your name, your aim for the episode, and your question.
My name is Chantal. I give this episode 9 out of 10 Little Debbies. And I want to know what each of the Gilmore girls got Mia as a wedding gift.
That was such a spooky low ooh that I just thought a car was running outside.
I feel like there might be a Phantom of the Danforth.
There has to be.
I'm a little worried about.
You guys are thrilled by everything.
Phantom of the Danforth sounds like a very polite musical.
Well, it is. It's Canadian. It's polite.
I'm Phantom of the Danforth. Go about your business. I'll be here in the corner. But if you need me, I'll haunt you if it's not too much trouble. Okay, so the question is for the Gilmore girls. What was the question?
What do you think each of them got me as a present? I mean, the poem was the one that is blatant, but if they had to give like one that had to be unwrapped that we wouldn't see, I would say.
Oh, and Lorelai did her slam poetry.
Lorelai's surprisingly good wedding gift giver, right? Because she has like a whole homemade, like, because she has Suki to tell her what to get, the best kind of cookware. I don't know, something like that, like a Breville. I don't know.
I bet Lorelai would get her something that is from their child, like from the childhood they spent, like a.
I'm thinking like a completely impersonal Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah, like a candle, just like a Yankee candle.
I think if anyone would do it, it would be Lorelai, though, to give them something that's just like, yeah, this is a kettle. But I also think it'd be fun if Lorelai was like, this is a movie we watched when I was young, and here's a version of it on Laserdisc, because that's what we watched.
Now, see, I would say, to kind of bring it full circle, and because they love continuity so much in season 7, I would say Lorelai gives Mia a semi-pornographic monkey lamp.
Did she get that from Mia?
No,
Oh,
she
okay.
just replaced that thing that Trix gave her.
You know what
that.
would be a sweet gift from Emily is if she's like, I know you gave me some photos from her childhood.
I got you monkey porn.
I know you gave me some photos from her childhood. I'd just like to give you some from before you knew her, so you
That'd
can
be
have
really
these
cute.
in a little scrapbook.
And Mia's like, I don't care about that period of time.
Right.
But what if
She's like,
I
she
think
wasn't my
that,
child.
I think
That was before my reign.
I think that Emily got her a manservant. Like a couple weeks after the wedding, a guy just shows up and he's like, hello, I am ordered by Emily Gilmore to be your butler.
She's like, you can't be satisfied with Howard. This is Adonis.
One more.
And Rory got her a book, and everybody's like, yeah, whatever.
Mia, without
Pushkin.
breaking eye contact, just tosses it into the trash.
Oh, hi, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Your name, your rating for the episode, and your question.
My name's Rachel. I give it 7 out of 10 good little boys. And my question for you guys is pretty simple to close it. Since you're here, can you make a little voyage to Unionville and go do a Stars Hollow pilgrimage?
Ooh, probably not. I don't know if we have time, truth be told. I wanted to go there. It would have been cool, but Luke's is now like a hat store or something. Wait.
I thought about it, but in my head, I'm just kind of like, what would we do? It's not dressed up like Stars Hollow. We'd just be like, this is the street, believe us.
And the street from the pilot. I mean, I feel like Unionville looks charming all the same, but yeah, I don't know. There's only so many Snapchats you can do.
Plus, I gotta go hang out with Drake tomorrow.
Yeah, Demi's gotta go hang out with Drake.
Different Drake, you don't know him.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with JD.
Is Drake named after the Drake Hotel? No.
The Drake Hotel is
I
named
didn't
after
know,
Drake.
So No, it's not.
Well, that's
'Cause
the story.
The Drake Hotel was here before Drake named himself Drake.
I like to believe that it was named
I'm halfway through my research. It's like an All the President's Men, but just about me and Drake's name. It's very boring.
I like to believe it was like the Chapman Hotel or something. Then Drake
they were
got shot on Degrassi, and they were like, "Nah, this won't stand. This won't stand. It's the Drake Hotel now."
Guys, I hate to do
There
it. But
is going to be a bronze statue of Drake in this city at some point, and I just want you guys.
Wait, there
it's gonna
isn't
be
already? It's just his hand doing this symbol.
Which one's Drake?
Drake is Rihanna's arm candy.
Oh, okay.
For now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Drake is Rihanna's very loyal partner. Drake is
Very-
the one rapper that's like, I need to talk about our relationship. I need to go over just our communication.
Do you want to go to
the way we
counseling
are.
just for
I need a one
maintenance? Yeah. Should we rate the episode, guys?
We
already there?
Yeah, man.
Then let's do it.
Guys, we're way over 2 hours into this show.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you for
everyone.
your patience. We always like to test the audience's goodwill in these situations.
We like to go goodwill
How hungry
hunting.
can you get? They're all wearing catheters. They're like, we know what we're in for.
I'm gonna give it 7.5 out of 10 mixtapes. I am 7.5 out of 10. If not for nothing else, I just like when I thought about the Zach-Luke interaction, even though don't care about Luke, he's just being a bummer in this episode. But Zach, sweet good little boy, and I become one while talking about it. Really into it, really interested in all that arc. So I like it, 7.5 out of 10, and especially for that end scene with him. I know the blocking is like bananas, but it's still so good, and it hit me where I live. So 7.5 out of 10.
Hit you where you live. Hit you where you live. Okay, well, I'm gonna give it. This is big. 8.5.
One dude was blown
8.5
away.
out of 10 sexy velour tracksuits.
Woo!
Hot cha cha.
Come on now.
The episode, I deduct the 1.5 because there's not enough. There's no Paris. There's they just mention her. Come on, we need more than that.
Oh yeah, Pierce really sold Rory out. Logan
Yeah.
called and said like, "Where's Rory, kiddo?" Or
I don't
whatever
know.
he said.
I'm not going to do your research for you, Logan. If you want, I can give you the address on this random thing. This random invitation to a wedding. But also, there wasn't quite enough jokes for my flavor. But I love the scene when Rory dresses Logan down when he comes to find her in his rented car.
She's
his
growing, she's
premium,
growing.
top of the line rented car, by the way, because he flew there, so that's not his car. Let's think about that. He had to rent. He went to Avis. He was like, "What do you have?" All right. And then
settled for
also, I love the
Avis?
scene at the end. Thank you.
Welcome.
I know what car rental companies are in South Carolina.
Everybody hurts.
North.
So, yeah, 8 out of 10s.
I'm gonna give this episode. I gotta think of anything that is in this episode. I'm gonna
David Bowie.
give it 6 out of 10 terrible poems. I think this is a good episode development-wise to push things along, but I really am so sick of Emily's like whole
Bullshit.
Yes, essentially, but like her entire countenance with the Lorelai situation is just worn on me. I don't care that it was so hard on her anymore. I want her to realize that she was dealt a hard like hand and just fucking play with it already. Like figure out how to make this thing that has been shitty for 7 years of her life now that I've been watching, and how to get over it and realize that the only way to make this better is to meet her halfway. Literally from Hitch, all right? She needs to go 10 so that he can come 90. Just go the fucking 10, Emily.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of her just being like, I won't give you anything. Like, it's just not a thing. I remember Hitch very well. Don't test me. But
Guys,
like,
Hitch is resident. Go watch it after
this. Is what you're doing.
And then
This
listen
is
to
what I need you
Hitchman,
to do.
episode 101.
Yes.
Which this is the backdoor pilot of.
That's true. This is our windward.
This is our
Hitch.
windward circle, yeah.
But I did really like the Luke stuff, and was I keep calling them Zane. I mean Lane and Zach. I don't want to ever.
talk.
Yeah. But I liked that subplot, but I did not like the beginning of the Logan stuff, just because there's no reason for Logan to be mean to Rory in the beginning of the episode. So I just don't understand where this turn came and why he's like, the shower woke me. I'm just going to hang with him, I guess. Like, Logan's just being an ass. It's not founded. It just kind of feels like he got drunk and that was the point at which he was being mean. And that was like, yeah, this has already been established.
He's not being mean to Rory. He's being mean to the situation. Like, you know, when that's a thing that people do where they're like, people are calling somebody out and they're not ready to be called out yet and they're just going to be a jerk about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
I know, but it's not good. Like, I don't want him to do that.
No, but he's not a perfect person.
Exactly.
Sometimes he wears frayed edges of his lapel and he's like, yeah.
I never meant to
No,
do
that's
those
why he's
things
not
to
a perfect
you.
person, yeah.
But I continue learning.
You were complaining about how he was very Nancy Meyers-y before. A Nancy Meyers man, and now he's doing something improper.
He used to be Robert De Niro in a Nancy Meyers movie, and now he's Anders Holm in a Nancy Myers movie.
Oh, shoot. That's a deep intern cut for y'all.
Yeah, for that underground hit,
For any
The
of you who
Intern.
have been on a plane recently.
One
That's
of
right.
Quentin Tarantino's favorite movies of 2015. That's a true thing.
Quentin
Are you
Tarantino
serious?
always likes, like...
Enough of that guy.
Quentin
Can we
Tarantino-
please? Oh, okay.
Quentin Tarantino's always
I like
like
you.
my
Okay.
favorite movies were The Nice Guys and The Godfather and Three Musketeers. Like he just has the worst
yeah, like
taste
the
in
Lone
movies.
Ranger. Yeah.
Lone Ranger was great. But yeah, I just didn't. I don't know. I wasn't as charmed by this
It's
episode.
like we get it. You like movies. You know what I mean?
I love movies.
If you love movies so much, why don't you make some, Quentin?
Wait, but he
Maybe
does.
I
That's
will.
why I'm saying.
That's what's so
But
cool about
Dad,
art.
Real quick.
Other people.
Just because I got a
Other
few
stories.
strays to go through.
Stray hot dogs?
Stray hot dogs. Lorelai starts off the episode by saying it's a shame to miss the wedding of a woman that means so much to you. She also missed your wedding, so
Yep.
not a
that's
complaint you
Shoot.
can make.
Shoot.
You marry a man, you marry's junk. Can't believe we didn't talk about that enough.
I thought that was so bizarrely like it felt like a 2.5 Men
Yeah.
joke. I was
Yeah.
That
I
sounds
don't
like
even-
a Max Medea saying.
You marry a man, you marry's junk, darling.
Hallelujah.
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 When Zach starts talking about circumcision, there's a bowler who turns all the way around, just like he's like, finally, a topic I can get into.
I could get into this.
It's
yeah.
true.
And we finally figure out the name of the bar in Stars Hollow, which is Casey's. So,
That's right.
what a fun little
We've
moment
never-
of color.
Little trivia fact.
And there is a Casey's here in Toronto, is there not? Down by Union Station.
So I guess
I've been
Toronto
here
really
for 2
is.
months.
She knows. She's one of you now.
Why is there a line outside Tim Hortons at 8 in the morning? Like, I get it.
8 in
It's
the
popular, but there is a actual physical line. On Bloor, I was at a Tim Hortons. I walked by, there's a line outside of it. And I'm like, is it just small? Like, why is there
else
this
are you
many
gonna get
people?
coffee?
It was like a Starbucks, but like, there's Tim Hortons everywhere, so there's
It's
never
those
a line.
Timbits.
I need to try it.
Bits of tid.
I've never
Do I
tried
need
it.
to try Tim Hortons?
What if there was
Give
just
it a go,
a
baby.
silence and one person going, no.
So then I'm definitely trying it. You gotta know what the secret is.
Oh boy.
But yeah.
Well, Alice, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight. Where can people find you?
Nope.
What do you got to play? No, you don't accept this that we're
No,
ending.
They're too great.
Okay.
Where can people find me on my Insta? I'm on Snapchat. I'm on Snapchat.
Sounds-
Oh God. Like no. Where my voice happens. So, and I'm on Instagram and Twitter, all Alice Wetterlund. And
At Alice Wetterlund.
and something to plug. I'd like to. Can I give a
Verdanthi.
Stars
Knights of
Hollow?
Verdanthi.
I would like to plug Knights of Verdanthi. I really think you should get high and watch it. But I want to shout out to my friend Francis, who
Stars
I met the
Hollow
other
to
night.
Francis.
My Stars Hollow out to Francis.
McDonald?
You know who you are, and happy birthday. It's not your birthday, but
That sounded
you know
like a
who
threat
are.
until you said
She's
happy
a big
birthday.
fan. And my friend Georgia Brooks, who turned me on to Gilmore Girls in the first place, has a new Instagram account that you can follow that's just pictures of her Sphinx cat. It's called JoJo under. I'm gonna find it. It's called JoJo. Okay, hold on a second.
JoJo.
JoJo, also the name of the last Bachelorette. So that's the way you
We all
can think
remember
about
that
it.
one.
We all
Also,
remember who that is.
Of Casey and fame.
How is anybody watching the Canadian Bachelor? Okay.
There's a Canadian Bachelor?
I just found out that that's a real.
Instead of a
that
tux, it's
exists.
just denim.
JoJo.
That's like the stupidest Canadian joke I could make. I'm so sorry, guys.
JoJo_Sphinx, and it's a great Instagram account, so you should follow that.
All right, JoJo_Sphinx.
JoJo Sphinx.
Also, I'm doing. Maybe I should share my
Oh,
my snaps
please.
about the West Wing that I'm only sending to you.
Oh,
or do you want
sure.
it to just be your thing?
Well, I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Depends.
he wants it to be his thing, so I can tell from his look. All right. I know you guys so well now.
Demi.
Hello. I am at Electrolemon everywhere.
Electrolemon.
By the time this comes out, you can watch The Good Place on whatever the Canadian version of NBC is.
That's a television show Demi Adijuibe wrote for.
That is true.
On NBC Must-See TV.
Also,
It's NBCA.
NBCA? Oh, I thought it was going to be like NBC BFC, which is
No,
like
get
National
it?
Broadcasting.
NBCA.
NBCA.
He just got it.
I got it.
Oh, God, Demi. All right.
I'm sorry. But yeah, a lot of people who have been on the show and you guys have loved have written for it and appear on it, so check it out. I hope you like it. I wrote episode 10, so great.
So skip all them until that
No,
one.
what I mean to say is keep the ratings up just until 10, then stop. I don't give a shit. I need that sweet
Residuals,
sweet-
baby.
Those residuals. And my pop culture plug is Angel Olsen has a brand new album called My Woman, and it's such good rock. It's just so calm and really nice, and there are a few tracks on there that are just like really good. Like, I don't know how to say this without making it sound like when ladies play guitar, but like it's girl rock in the sense that it's like rock about being a girl and being a woman, and it's very good. And even though I'm neither a girl or a woman, not yet a girl, not yet a woman,
That's true.
I think it's very relatable and just very nice to listen to. I've been listening to it a lot while traveling, and you should check it out.
Right on. You did it, Demi.
And now starting here, your pop culture plugs. Okay, everybody.
You can follow me at Kevin T. Porter everywhere. My pop culture plug is Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. That song's awesome.
Amazing. Have you heard Fast Car?
No.
Well, it's not a thing, but one time I did a performance of a lady who's like a country western singer who doesn't understand the cultural context of fast car, and so she's like, you know this one, like, you got a fast car, I got a plan to get out of here, looking at a convenience store, planning to save just a little bit of money. Like, she doesn't understand that it's about disenfranchised. Okay.
I thought you said fast pass car.
Fast pass car?
Yeah, I was like, you got a fast pass.
You got a fast pass.
I got a ticket to Disneyland.
I got a ticket to Disneyland.
Now that is good.
Yeah.
That's a great plug, Kevin.
I just think the song is so funny.
Funny?
Funny?
It makes, I don't know why.
Huge.
I just
This is a big
love
part
it.
of my. This is my other like road trip music. My mom and I used to listen to this album like crazy.
I don't know why. I've just been really loving and digging that lately. So Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. Guys, thank you so much for coming to the show tonight. Real quick, we got t-shirts in the lobby. These
Please
are
buy 'em.
exclusive to the tour. Please buy them. We don't want to take them home.
We have to carry every single one.
It's been
on our
awful.
knees to a Spanish basilica.
It's real bad.
Please.
And we're gonna be around afterwards if anyone wants to say hi, because we're really so grateful to be able to do this show. Okay, I'm gonna do it. We're really so grateful to be able to do this show, and these are our last few episodes. This is like the last 6 or 7 or however long this tour is episodes, and we couldn't have done it without each of you listening and tweeting about it and emailing us and being so supportive and telling your friends, and we want to say thank you for letting us into your lives and your commutes and your daily stuff, your good times, your bad times. Sorry for making you sit on your butt for 2 hours and 30 minutes at this point. That's insane, and that should not happen. But as we wrap it up, we just want to say we're super grateful for each of you. We really appreciate you. We're looking forward to the new episodes. And yeah, thank you so much. Toronto! Thank you. And there's only one thing left to do. On the road, feeling lonely and so cold. All you have to do is call my name and I'll be there on the next train where you lead. I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. If you need me to be with you, I will follow. That's right, where you lead, I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. If you need me to be with you, I will follow where you lead.
I like that song.
We're all entitled here.
Okay.
Okay, peace out, Lord.
Thank you so much, Toronto!
Everybody.
Give it up for us, Wetterlund! We love you. We'll be seeing you.